one and all. Welcome to the Night Falls Vale podcast. And just to FYI, we are continuously recording episodes, but we're having semi-technical difficulties. Semi. I
wouldn't say semi.
To put it lightly, that will be resolved soon, hopefully.
Maybe it's the size of the semi. It's not a semi-problem. It's the size of a semi.
You're saying that to Dean? The size of it's the issue?
Okay, fine. I'll make that joke. You can do it and smash into the
But today's a simple Disney Plus shows review. Not all of them, just a big batch of them, since Captain America was already discussed in a previous episode, and we're saving.
What shows
Miss
are
Marvel?
we discussing?
WandaVision, Hawkeye, Moon Knight, Werewolf by Night, She-Hulk, and What If.
Because we're saving Miss Marvel for the Marvels episode.
If that movie ever comes out.
If it ever comes out, yes. And our top 10, our top 10, whatever you want to call it, because they're not really going to be ranked.
How about instead of calling it top 10, just call it wish list?
Just wish list of ideas that we want to see, like
10 wish list ideas.
10 wish list ideas, like examples, movies we want to see, video games we would like to see, storylines we'd like to see adapted, just random crap like that.
You actually have a list this time.
Random shit like that.
You were supposed.
There it is. I knew it.
I'm gonna kill him.
You're gonna kill him.
I'm gonna kill him.
I'm gonna kill him.
I don't care if that's recorded. I'm gonna kill him.
Evidence. There's evidence.
Well, it won't be put up on the internet anyway if he kills me tonight.
That's true. All I have to do is cut your brake lines. It's not like anybody would notice.
He'd find a way to get home without brakes, I swear to God.
Yeah, I just couldn't do 100 all the way home.
He's got we just see it. Turn on the news and there's like 10 cop cars chasing a fucking 90s Buick LeSabre up the fucking...
I can't stop.
I can't
stop. My friend threatened my life.
My no brakes.
He actually got on it.
You're just going to turn to the cop and say, I'm not the one driving.
And right at that time,
I'm not wearing a Transformers hat today.
Pull it. The cop pulls up. The cop pulls
Mario.
up. The cop pulls up.
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart, Super Mario Brothers. I was in it for the movie.
The cop pulls up to pull it over, and your radio turns on, and it's "fuck the police." Coming like, "No car, not now."
And we will put this on. The Dean's special guest today is Kate Bishop.
Yeah, that's the pop guest. Pop guest. We can't actually have Haley Steinfeld herself, so the pop has to be the guest.
We don't have that kind of money. Obviously,
we never will.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. That's the quote of the fucking.
Well, to be fair, we're only missing one episode. I just have to upload the others.
Oh my god! Just gotta make sure the abyss of shame don't fucking come and take them.
So we don't have the Shazam review. We don't have the. Fuck else did we put in there? Shazam.
Shazam's episode is the only one episode that we don't have. The other ones are on your phone.
Yeah, but we also did
reviews.
something else with Shazam. We did
No.
Last of Us. We reviewed Last of Us.
Okay, I didn't know you were talking about the
that's
content.
That's why I was.
I thought you were thinking of a different episode.
And then our top 10 gods.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yay.
Mine were kind of jokes anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh god, I worked hard on mine.
What? I put Beerus on there.
I know.
And it threw you off right away. You're like, what?
Like, what?
All right.
Because I just I thought we were going straight with that. Whatever.
Enough dilly-dallying. First one is WandaVision.
Yep.
Yay.
What have you got for us?
We're going to be trying to go in the order that they came out.
Yay.
So, the episodic feel, how each episode kind of tracked into a different decade.
I like that.
As a kid who grew up
watching
all those old fucking TV shows, I loved it.
No, I like that. I like seeing the different eras. And then their classic costumes every new era. That was cool.
Yeah. Each one was obviously a take on a popular sitcom that...
You got Lucy, Genie, Bewitched.
Yep.
Yeah, Step by Step was
Step by Step. Brady's.
Brady. The
Brady Bunch.
Brady Bunch.
I said Brady's.
there was a Full House. There was Growing Pains.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Each one of those was a good different feel until the last two that didn't have them. I think it was only the first six or most of them, six that had them.
Yeah. It's right up until the last two episodes where they got deep into the plot, the meaning for the actual show.
Yeah.
where we experienced different decades.
This next point was for you to constantly teasing something that never actually appeared.
Oh, that bothered me. That bothered the fuck
Mephisto.
out of me. I was waiting. That bothered me. You literally have Speed and Wiccan in there. And who are Mephisto's kids that Mephisto put in Wanda. And it's like, no, it wasn't Mephisto.
How do you want to rephrase that?
They didn't do it. He just put him in there. It's Mephisto.
Yeah, you could have said magic. You could have said magic or anything, but he just put his kids in her.
Well,
That technically is how that works, Steve. That is
put 'em in
technically how that works.
he just put him in there. Yeah. I won't rephrase because of comedy, but yes, you get what I'm saying. Magic. Just magic.
It was magical,
Use magic.
all right.
Use magic. But no, that was a little disappointing because I thought they were really building something. I thought Mephisto could add a good kick to the MCU, even though I'm hearing that Sacha Baron Cohen has been cast as him.
For something, in something, he has been cast and reportedly has filmed
It doesn't
something.
make sense that we have the Darkhold and no Mephisto.
Save that one for later.
For later. Oh, yeah, that's right.
I love Sacha Baron Cohen. It is going to for him playing Mephisto, I'm going to have to get adjusted to it because the second Mephisto fucking appears, I'm just going to be like, very nice.
Wait, where the fuck does that come up again? What if? The Darkhold?
No, if later, Darkhold has to do with later shit.
Oh. I'm fucking jumping plot points again. Oh, okay.
Very nice. Oh, no, great. We bring up Sacha Baron Cohen.
It's better than Elephant Bukake.
Oh, no. Don't bring it, bro. Watch that movie. It's amazing.
Mark Strong.
Oh, it's an elephant bukake.
No,
Every
he's
time
busy.
you say his name,
Mark
I
Strong's
end
too
up
busy in jail from Shazam.
growing old.
Yeah. Talking to caterpillars.
This was probably the oddest thing for me with the show was Wanda being in control, but not really in control.
Yeah, that was like, what?
Like,
Doesn't that kind of sum up a mutant for you?
In a way, yeah.
but it
Without
doesn't,
mutants actually being
she
a
doesn't
mutant?
know how she's doing it, but she's doing everything. That
Yeah.
was the oddest part to me.
Yeah, she's
for
not
that
even
entire
really...
show.
Yeah.
Wasn't that sort of explained by the end of it?
No,
Not
it wasn't because she said she has no. She told Agatha, spoiler,
Yeah.
that she
So if
she
you
had
haven't
no idea
watched
how
the
she was
show
doing
at
it, and she didn't remember being able
Yeah.
to do creating the thing. She had to be shown what she did
Yeah.
to get to that point.
Yeah.
But she has no problem fixing the house, fixing anything else,
Yeah.
manipulating people's minds, bringing people over, throwing.
Yeah, but the whole controlling a town and shit's like... What? Yeah. Makes sense.
Makes sense that everybody was on autopilot. That was
Yeah.
fine.
We're all on autopilot.
I'm always on autopilot.
Oh, jeez.
One of the biggest reveals for the show though, was the intro and confirmation of Sword.
Yeah.
That was
I was hoping for more of that.
Yeah.
that's what Secret Invasion's hopefully going to do a little bit
Yeah.
more with that. But and Captain
Hopefully.
Marvel.
Oh, yeah, Captain Marvel will touch on it.
It's space. So that's what Sword was designed to be.
What was with the groan there?
We didn't get into space. This was just a dick bag.
Yeah.
Trying
What
to
was with the
recreate Vision.
groan when Captain Marvel was...
We'll get there.
Will we?
We'll get...
Hopefully.
There's not a lot of Captain Marvel stuff in any of these episodes.
The groan. The groan.
There's hope. At least we know that Sword exists.
No, we don't have hope yet. Hope Summers doesn't exist.
Oh, no.
We may have and there's big ass quotation marks going here. Mutants now, but we don't have hope.
We have her mentor. Silence.
Just because I'm gonna say it. You mean Deadpool?
No.
Valion already touched on this with the reveal and looming plotline of Billy and Tommy. That just basically is
Turned
the
it-
which
yeah.
is
Disappears.
and basically the plotline for all of Scarlet Witch's thing for Multiverse of Madness. That was just the only.
I want my kids back. I want my kids back. Yeah. He says,
How they're real in other universes, but not in hers.
with no dad.
yeah, like
Still with no dad.
it's like they're leaving the Mephisto possibility open.
Well, because, this is Earth 616 we're talking about.
Earth 1199999.
Oh. I thought we were going to get a jab in there for the Spider-Verse.
It's Earth. What he said in the trailer is what the MCU.
Don't even get me started on that. Doctor Strange and Earth 19999. How many nines did he fucking say?
A few.
Enough.
Yeah. That's the Earth MCU. I looked. I'm like, that's the Earth MCU.
You mean Oscar Isaac's third Marvel character?
Yeah.
That'd be fourth.
No. He's only done 3. That is his third Marvel role.
Who did he play?
Moon Knight 2099. Apocalypse.
Moon Knight and Apocalypse and Spider-Man.
Moon Knight.
Yeah, that's 3. Spider-Man 2099, Moon Knight,
If you
and
count
Apocalypse.
Moon Knight's personalities, I guess.
Oh.
He's being a smartass.
Well, then you've got 5.
Yeah. A bunch more if you count comics, but he's not. He's only played Jake, Mr. Knight, and normal Moon Knight. Knight is the best.
The creation of Photon, who will appear in Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Photon.
Monica Rambeau.
Yeah.
Oh, that's her hero name.
Yeah.
She's
got 2.
I
but
swear
they
she's
go
went by
with
Spectrum too.
She's gone by Spectrum, but her in-character name will be Photon.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to call her Spectrum.
Can you imagine Spectrum? Hey,
Yeah.
product placement, money.
I think Marvel may have a copyright on Spectrum anyway, but to a degree.
How the fuck is it called a fucking cable provider then? Wow. They're like, fuck it, we're gonna call it Spectrum.
Just imagining her powers. Can you imagine cable provider?
Yeah. I guess. So imagine Cable and Spectrum in this movie together.
Oh my.
We have a problem. That's a joke. And somebody should write that.
Maybe
That better be in a
Deadpool
comic.
comes in. Is, hey, I got my friend over here. He's named Cable. You gonna
Just
hook up?
Deadpool. No. Oh, you know what's going to happen? All 3 Deadpool, Monica Rambeau, and Cable will all be together in a room. It's like these two, Monica and Cable will be talking. It's like, shut up, Time Warner.
Let me go find Bugs Bunny to settle this.
That shut up. I only thought of
I
one.
thought the powers came across all right. She's going to have energy-based powers because all of the Marvel people will be having
The Marvel
energy-based
people.
powers.
Yes.
Don't even get me started on that.
I know. Only
Considering that's not even a part of this.
no.
Yeah.
It's a whole
I
different
know
gripe
you want.
you get to
You want
get to have.
Kamala.
Bengals
You want Kamala to be stretchy.
You only get one gripe per
and
episode.
a mutant. No. Okay, fine. We have She-Hulk on here, so I'll just have to leave it till the end.
Yep.
I'm gonna have fun talking about that one.
It's the coup de grace.
I'm gonna have fun with that one.
Catchiest song ever, Agatha All Along.
Oh my god.
Is it really
So good that she's getting her own show.
Eventually.
Eventually.
It keeps getting postponed.
Wait, what is her show going to be? The actual show that shows Mephisto? That was way too much for the show. Blah, blah, blah.
That might. I think that's where Sacha Baron Cohen's supposed to appear. I think that was one of the rumors. That was one of them.
Why am I drooling? What the fuck?
Well,
I'm not that happy for Sasha to turn up as Mephisto. That's his thing.
Then nice. It had to happen.
Comedic timing worked really
that
well
was
right
very
there.
good. That was great.
It had to come in there at some point. It had to.
It was an interesting way of bringing in the Legend of the Scarlet Witch with her episode and backstory.
See, I don't know enough about her character in comics to know if that...
Well, technically, the Agatha Harkness in the comic books was usually...
The one who introduced, his
What?
teacher and all that.
And is also the babysitter for Mr. Fantastic's kids.
Yeah. Well, she was forced to be the babysitter.
Yeah.
Be the
Through
babysitter.
Galactus, I think,
The
or something.
babysitter.
I don't know.
The little bit more backstory of Wanda and her relationship with Vision. That was one of the where they were kind of...
That was fine. I think they needed to build their relationship a little bit. I
Yeah.
thought that was fine.
I mean, they did enough in the movies where I wouldn't have questioned it, but just giving it a...
Yeah.
Before Endgame, we kind of just got them...
Yeah.
Well, Civil War expanded that relationship quite a bit
Yeah.
before you got into Endgame.
Yeah.
There was a major gap between those two that was like, okay,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
to quote, Will Ferrell, that escalated quickly.
Yeah.
But it was nice.
It was.
And it gave Vision a little bit more of the family man aspect that he was kind of looking for, trying to understand all the shows.
Yep, exactly. Lucky there's a Family Guy.
Different show.
I know.
Could you imagine if they put that spin in the show?
Yes.
Oh God. I'm waiting for one glaring bullet point.
Probably our second favorite cameo
There it is.
guest
Here it comes.
of yes.
Magic tricks.
Agent Jimmy Woo. If it's not Wong, it's Jimmy Woo.
That wasn't.
There's a stereotype in there that I don't want to point at between Wong and Jimmy Woo for some reason that I'm thinking about it right now as I'm saying it.
It's got to be the Asian guy that comes up with the.
Apparently.
The Asian guy. Oh God.
I do still find it funny that the guy playing Wong is named Benedict Wong.
Yep.
That is still perfect casting at that point.
Yep.
Even he laughs about it.
I know.
Let's put Wong. Here's Wong. Have a Wong cameo.
Are you saying Juan or Wong?
Wong. A Wong cameo. Oh Lord, I can. Oh, what the fuck. Oh my God.
Here, buy my pops.
Agent Jimmy Woo is just a fun character.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. Ever since he showed up in Ant-Man.
Yep.
He just interacts well with everybody.
Yep.
And all he wants to learn how to do is magic.
That's what
He damn near perfected it.
I just want to learn how to do magic.
Flourish.
After, what was that, 5 years?
I mean, we've got a lot of aspiring. Don't forget, Ned is now an aspiring magic user in Spider-Man.
Instead of becoming Hobgoblin?
I hope that I hope.
Hey,
I
he
don't
thinned
know
out
about-
quite a bit.
That could still happen because now that he doesn't know who Peter is.
I know, but I don't know. I'd have to actually see it to judge it. But it's like,
How about Flash Thompson becoming Venom?
that's terrible. I don't ever want to see that ever. That's a one gripe I have with the Tom Holland's trilogy is I don't really like Flash. He plays Flash fine, but Flash is a bully.
You're
that
not supposed to like
that
Flash.
idolizes Spider-Man. What'd you say?
You're not supposed to like Flash.
I know. No, I'm not saying. I'm like, I can't.
I think
see
that was pulled
Tom
from
Rivoli or whatever his name. I can't see him like God. Like, shout out 'cause how Tom Hardy is amazing as Venom. I can't. No God. I can't see it.
On the fact that we got teased of him being in the universe
That
for like
they need to address.
minuscule second and
They need to address that.
leaving a piece of his Venom behind.
Yep, they need to address. We'll see what happens. That's up in the air right now. I think the next one is the cameo I want to talk about.
Cameo. I don't have the.
Oh, I thought I can't believe you didn't bring up Quicksilver, Evan Peters.
Oh, I did forget about Evan Peters.
Well, what the
That's
hell
a
was
big
his name?
part.
What was his name again?
Ralph Boner. I did forget about that one. Fuck. I did not write that one down.
It was cool, but then he give you a fuck you, like thanks you fucks. I was so excited. Hey, Quicksilver.
Should have. They could have done it. They could have just. They could have fixed it.
Evan Peters is reportedly in Agatha Harkness too.
Oh boy.
He's reportedly in it too. Doing something. He may only be a guest appearance or whatever, but he's reportedly in the show too.
I want to see Evan Peters Evan Peters is great. I got to see Evan Peters as much as I can.
Why do you look different? I don't know. Why do you look different? What happened to your accent? No, the last bullet point is basically through this show and I guess Multiverse of Madness, Scarlet Witch is the strongest magic user.
Pretty
Confirmed?
pretty much.
She fucking overpowered the Sorcerer Supreme.
No, non-Sorcerer Supreme.
That's
Nah.
Wong's title.
Wong is Sorcerer Supreme.
I said former.
But he's never been Sorcerer Supreme. He was gone when they voted.
Oh, that's right.
That was the joke. It's like he got it on a technicality. I don't have it.
One of my favorite Wong scenes will always be the fucking when Peter comes to ask Strange about the spell, and he's like, "Leave me out of this," and he leaves. I mean,
So
Being the I don't know how I would gauge that one.
what?
Her being the strongest.
I mean, she's
Well,
got
yeah,
no competition.
We have very few actual magic users
Well,
in the MCU.
Strange had to tap
there's
in.
4 candidates for strongest magic user: Wong, Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, and Agatha.
And Scarlet and Strange needed to pull out the Darkhold and Zombie Strange and Jesus Christ, and he still didn't really win.
No, he had to
No,
trick her into it.
Wanda just tricked her, and Wanda's like, "Okay, I'm being bad. I should stop." Basically, it's like shit.
I guess
I'm a bad girl.
I'm being a bad mommy. I gotta stop.
on the stop. Do we want to rate these or out of 10?
I mean, we can. I mean, a lie. It'll
If
be.
we rank this one.
It's harsh. Some of these I'm going to be harsh on because we all agree that a lot
down
of.
the middle of 5.
Damn.
I was giving it a 6, so it's
I
not all
don't
the
feel
realm.
bad because I'm in the about 5.5, 6 range out of 10 too. So we're all about the same.
I think we're all also
There's good-
downgrading it because of what it turned into for Multiverse of Madness, where it made less sense.
Yeah, it made less sense. Speaking of, kind of off topic, did we ever talk about Multiverse of Madness, or
No.
is that scheduled somewhere?
No, that was supposed to be part of a different episode that we're never going to get to.
We're never going to get to it.
Why?
What do you mean
I think-
we're never going to get to it?
I think we were going to touch on it. I can't even remember where it was in the notes.
I'm like, because that'd be a good discussion
That's why we
point.
rely on you.
Multiverse was supposed to be... WandaVision was supposed to be talked about with Doctor Strange. That was the episode it was designed to. So we can bring up a little
What
bit
the
of...
fuck did we talk about?
We didn't talk about any of those.
Well, now would be a good time to talk a little bit about Multiverse of Madness, because fuck it, you want to shoehorn it in now for a few minutes? We can.
Yeah.
Because it's a good talking point, because that's a movie that's heavily divided.
Let's give it a 4-minute thing, Harry.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the movie, but I will tell people to the day I die that movie was overhyped. It promised a lot of things that
It's so much potential.
it didn't It had a lot of
didn't
it
hit on
didn't
it.
deliver what spoilers. I love the Illuminati. That part was amazing. I loved it. That was peak of that movie. And then I'm like,
Except they flopped.
and they were fodders. They were fucking fodders.
They were cannon fodder to show the strength of non-Star
And I
Witch.
fucking love Black Bolt, and they did him fucking dirty. Terrible.
That
And
was
don't
a
even get-
way to kill him, though. That was a good way to kill him.
That yeah.
And Captain Carter gets cut in half with her own shield. Shit.
You telling me she wouldn't be able to catch, dodge, or it's
Apparently not. Once he got imbued with magic on the reversal.
Captain
turning Mr. Fantastic into spaghetti.
Rambo, Captain Marvel put up a solid fight. That was fine. And I don't care. Seeing Patrick Stewart again was fucking legendary. Even though I don't like seeing his
He
neck
got killed
get
like a pansy, though.
Yeah, I don't like seeing his neck get just snapped. But like God.
He went out the same way in Star Trek.
And I understand how strong Wanda is, and it's like Wanda just literally waltzed her way in the Xavier's
in another person's body.
Xavier's zone mind games and just snapped his neck and no diff the fuck out of him. Come on.
My biggest gripes will always be with that movie will be Wanda's arc from her show to this.
With the kids again?
With very little context of the Darkhold manipulating her.
Yeah.
Just going complete evil.
Yeah.
I'm evil now.
When, yes, she wanted America Chavez.
They glossed over it.
Yeah.
As powerful as she is, you think she even needed American Chavez to
When
fucking...
we know she can tell... Why did she need to steal her powers?
Right.
All she needed was for her to learn how to control them. And guess what? She can dream walk through all these dimensions anyway. If she needed to get in contact with her to go to a different realm to cure a disease that the kids got, fuck, she could have talked to her then. There were so many plot holes with this character and villain development that it didn't make any sense.
Jeez.
And part of it's because the writer for WandaVision didn't write anything for Multiverse of Madness.
Right.
And COVID fucked up any timing they had with it anyway.
Well, it's strange because I'll never say it's a bad movie, but it had so much potential, and
How about those lame worlds they went to?
oh yeah, I wanted so much more. Like the fuck, come on, man, give me something, give me some Easter eggs.
Spider-Verse spoiled us
Yes,
Yeah.
so badly.
yes.
All this did was introduce more multiverses
Exactly.
and
Which
and whatever,
will have its own episode. But yes,
and just basically give us the plot for Secret Wars. That's all this movie did. It's gonna be
Right.
the incursions that fuck up the world, and that's all it's gonna.
I mean, in all honesty, the movie would probably still be in the it's like
God
7
damn.
out of 10 range for me. But it just I will always use this as an example for it because it's the easiest way for me to compare Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. How I feel about it. There was a lot. I was like, multiverse travel. I'm gonna see so many Easter eggs in this movie. Great. Illuminati was fucking great. Yes, but I wanted a little more.
That was
like
it, though.
I heard a lot of the movie was cut, and I wanted Tom Cruise as Iron Man, which apparently is still on the table.
Apparently, so is Downey coming back. I don't know what to believe anymore.
But I wanted that. But now in a comparison, then I'm kind of fanboy, but it's perfect comparison. Take a movie like No Way Home, which gave me everything I wanted in a movie. That promised all these things. Even though they tried to keep it secret, people knew. I was like, I'm going to get this. I'm going to get it. I got everything I fucking wanted. That's why it gets a 10 out of 10.
Garfield still got you.
I'm still mad at him. I'm still mad at him for that bullshit. I'm not in it. You stop lying to me.
He is a great liar, though, because he went on fucking shows and saw the scene that was obviously cut.
Oh, that's Photoshop.
That's saying that's obviously Photoshop, and that scene is in the movie. Oh my god!
I told you when we were watching it, I was like, "Look, right there. There's the fucking leaked thing right there. There it is. There's the scene when he's leaning up against the thing, and that liberty. There it is. Fucking liar.
He's on every show denying it, despite being on all these shows, and Toby's just in the background going."
And then just the random Toby point there, and then you got random people asking Toby on the street, "Hey, are you in No Way Home?" Toby he just winks and walks off. Like, really, Toby? I don't know if it was Fallon or Kimmel, but had one of the best things ever when they were doing the No Way Home press run, and he was like, Tom was like, it's great meeting Toby and Tom. They were great and stuff. I've met them places. Fallon on the set. Tom. Then, we hung out a little bit at the rap party. Had me just grilling Tom. Got a little mad. Have some patience. You'll see when it comes out in his fucking classy, uppity British accent. Patience.
Uppity British accent.
It's Tom.
Yeah, he's got a very British accent.
But yeah, that's my comparison for Multiverse of Madness. Well, I did like it. It's just it could have been more. Could have been more.
And we got the Clea end credit scene.
Yeah,
we still don't know where Doctor Strange is going to appear next.
Where the fuck are you going? We out on a mission, on an adventure. Boom. Where the fuck did they go?
You're not fighting incursions. you wholeheartedly accepted the Darkhold into you. Because your goddamn, what is
Third
it called? Photographic memory?
Yeah.
So everything he had in the fucking Darkhold is now up there.
Yeah, and the bad CGI third eye.
Oh, yeah. God.
That whole movie, though, kind of, I don't know if it was rush, what.
But I have to say this, though, because he is one of my favorites. I love Sam Raimi's direction in a lot of that. Some of Sam Raimi's shots were fun. Like when he first goes and meets Evil Strange, and you see Evil Strange's house in that little dark-ass fucking world and shit. That was fucking phenomenal. That was straight off of Evil fucking Dead and shit.
How about your pizza ball cart?
Pizza Papa.
And Bruce Campbell.
Pizza Papa. I was going to say, if we did that, I got to give shout out to Pizza Papa. I was going to do it at the end if we didn't get to it.
Hey,
Pizza Papa.
I can't leave him out.
No.
Bruce Campbell. But no, I like that. And again, a lot of that, I don't know what that movie could have fully been, because a lot of it was cut. I read they cut a lot of that movie, too.
I just don't think it mattered, because the writing for Wanda was just going to be bad, and you're only as good as your villain. I don't care
Didn't
if we
they change the villain for that movie entirely?
I don't believe so. I think Wanda was... People were wondering who the villain was.
They were, the way they were cutting the trailers, they
like,
made it seem like Wanda wasn't going to be, but everybody knew it was.
It's like, Wanda,
I would have preferred a different villain.
Yes. That would have made a lot more sense.
One thing they can
Whereas
do...
Wanda was just the backup to the villain, because she sympathized for getting help.
You could have shot it where she was more manipulated by the Darkhold as the movie went on, and that was the tipping point. But there's just nothing with it.
My personal opinion for the third it would be 3 for the third Doctor Strange. Most have actually agreed when I say this. I do think that they need to make Dormammu. I don't care. We've never seen Dormammu the main fucking villain. That was so disappointing. Dormammu has always had
his head?
One of my favorite designs as his flaming skull and shit. I loved a lot of his 90s and 2000s designs. I get a fucking floating head. I hated that
fluorescent floating head.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is this, man?
Got the Galactus treatment.
I'm not bargaining with you.
I'm not...
Got the Galactus treatment.
Yeah.
Like, that was bad.
Which is apparently happening in Fantastic Four now.
What, Galactus?
Yep.
What?
With Silver Surfer and Galactus are going to appear. I don't know if it's going to be a main plot thread or if it's just a fucking end credit scene.
Oh, good lord.
If it's an end credit scene, it's fine.
Fuck you, Disney. No, do a Silver Surfer movie on his own
that's the
to give us Galactus.
Well, that's the thing.
And then we can tie him into fucking Fantastic Four.
That's where I was going. If he's an end credit scene, it's fine because there is reports that Silver Surfer is getting a special presentation.
Yeah.
I accept.
Yeah.
If he's an end credit scene and that happens, fine.
Because
he better not be a main plot thread.
What is the next show we're talking about?
What if?
Almost a good transition.
Sort of. I was going to bring up Werewolf by Night because I loved that special. If they could
later,
do more
but yes.
shit like that, especially for characters like Silver Surfer, Ghost Rider, people that people know about, but you don't have enough time to explain everything.
Ghost Rider coming, and it's the fucking cast I fucking want. It's coming. I don't care. Norman Reedus is the rumor again. It's back. You're
My
like,
point being is, if you bring in characters like that, you want a big name actor to show up somewhere else. That's the perfect.
You
fucking
don't
way
have
to
to
do it.
do what you're doing with these. You don't have to have seasons of them. A special presentation is all you need.
45 minutes an hour.
You can do a Nova special presentation. You already have a setup for the character, and I would watch
Give
that.
an entire fucking police force been mentioned in 2 out of 3 movies.
As much as our...
And I say 2 out of 3 because we haven't seen 3 yet.
We're getting the gripes with the Disney Plus shows now. We got 6, 7, 8 episodes of 45 minutes, and it just drags, and it's like, oh my god. It's a little bit of a chore. But, yeah. Okay, I think we're on the what if now. Now we're on the what if.
What if? I'm just going to... Each one of these bullet points is basically an episode, so...
Here we go.
Agent Carter, first episode.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I like seeing Peggy.
Nice subtle change.
Had
all
no
it took.
issue with it.
I like seeing Peggy. And I like the fact that Steve was still in it. He was just in the suit.
Yeah. Complete. Nice
And he
subtle
was
change.
still a little weakling.
And they found great voice actors to fill in.
Well, I think Peggy or Haley Atwell
Haley
was.
Atwell
Yeah.
did the
she
voice.
was.
Yeah.
But Steve's voice wasn't
Wasn't
him,
that-
was it?
I don't remember. You can look it up if you want.
You don't know? I don't remember if Chris...
They still had
going on.
They had most of them.
The only notable big one that they changed was Spider-Man's. I thought
They did.
everybody
Tom
else.
didn't.
So-
I read that was... They didn't want... I read that they found someone that could... They'd have to pay Sony to use Tom again. The voice, I heard.
Yeah, because Sebastian Stan was still.
Yeah. Sony. Anytime, Marvel. Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
Marvel calls Tom. Literally, like, right in between their call. Hey, Sony's calling also. Hey, what are you talking about? You talking about using Tom? Where's money? Okay. Swear to God. Sony calls, like, instantly. Hey.
Are you going through or
He's
the
going
IMDb page for What If? Or
I'm like, Jesus.
that's all it would take.
Dead silence.
It sometimes
We don't need the... It's that need
It
to
doesn't
be...
really
it
matter.
getting there doesn't help.
It doesn't need to be known that fucking... But
My favorite, number 2, probably my favorite episode of this series was T'Challa Star-Lord.
yeah.
Turns out Peter Quill's just an absolute dickbag and is a garbage Star-Lord. T'Challa Star-Lord saves the universe.
Yep. And the fact that it's a little bittersweet sad too. So that was one of Chadwick's last things he actually did, because there's a story that he knew he was like dying, so he did everything he could, and What If was there to voice like, yes, I'll do that. So he was trying to do everything he could before he died and shit.
Amazing.
So that's one of the last things he did actually. That is
And just talking sense into Thanos, and the Collector is just that takes over.
Yep.
Very fitting of his character.
Oh yeah. Like I said,
Josh Keaton,
Voiced.
Steve Rogers,
so Chris Evans did not come back. Okay. Like I said, they got some of them.
and he did, I think, a
Yeah.
good job at
He did very
representing
good.
Anything to add for the T'Challa episode? Or?
Ross Marquand.
Mars
Is-
Marquand. He played Red Skull
Oh.
in the movie.
Well,
Ultron.
later on.
And Ultron?
Yeah, for What If.
Ross
And I think it was good. As
I didn't have any...
we are getting ahead here.
Yeah.
sorry, I just voice cast is what I
Well,
brought.
technically, Red Skull hasn't been voiced by the Red Skull actor since... Because even...
And I read Hugo. I love
Since
Hugo
the first
Weaving as
Captain
Red
America.
Skull. I read he did. It's not that he didn't want to do it. He didn't have time.
Yeah.
He couldn't do it.
Because he's not the voice in Endgame. He's not the voice in...
Yeah.
No,
Anything to add for the T'Challa
No,
Star-Lord?
I really good episode. I liked it. God, a lot of these are going to be just the same.
great, phenomenal.
Uh,
Miss him.
Yeah. Number 3, Hank Pym kills the Avengers out of grief.
That was kind of cool.
That was an interesting take.
I loved how dark that went and where where it ended.
Yeah.
How certain characters died though was a little iffy, but it was I still
Well,
liked it.
you couldn't see him. So was it just that's how you kill everybody off?
Yeah.
Never saw him.
It was
coming.
dark.
It's the one time I did love though. It was mentioned about the Hulk's regeneration used against him.
Yeah.
Still don't know. That was probably the oddest death because we don't know actually how he shot him
Yeah.
without anybody noticing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was probably the biggest one, but other than that, Loki avenging his brother
Yeah.
after banishing it. Fourth episode. Doctor Strange breaks the universe for love.
That, again, kind of cool.
I did, and this goes back to what we were talking about, the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
Him showing up there.
They never confirmed that
They never
that was...
confirmed that was the same one because he's in his own pocket
come
dimension.
on.
They
Remember,
never
he's
did.
in his
They
own
never
pocket
did.
dimension.
They
He's
both
in,
are.
but there was universe around it in the Multiverse of Madness. He's in his own little prism,
People pointed out the same thing. They never confirmed that was that. What
I hate
his
that-
name?
and there was no tentacles.
His name in
Sorry.
Multiverse of Madness was Sinister Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The not confirmed that What If was Sinister Strange.
I'm sorry.
They never
What if
did.
one was all tentacles? He was. There's no tentacles in Multiverse of Madness.
That'd
All
be
for
insane.
Dr. Palmer. Again,
You think he wouldn't have brought those out to overpower Strange?
I like when they took dark twists. Yeah, that would
I
have
want
been.
to. I want to
in
say
the
no,
Multiverse of
but then
Madness,
again, Disney kind of does stray on those lines.
they're fighting with damn musical notes and shit. That was funny.
My biggest gripe with that one is like what? How in that universe? The plot thread is that he chooses her to go with him
Yeah.
in that event, and that's what triggers all these events.
Yep.
But when he keeps turning back the time, he does at one point go by himself, which is how the universe happens
Yeah.
for the movie. But she still ends up dead. That one didn't make sense to me. Where
Yeah.
it did what every other Doctor Strange did, but apparently that wasn't enough this time.
Right.
That was-
He's an alternate.
yeah.
It has to.
Because he's used the time manipulation, that's not enough anymore.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It was my biggest gripe where it didn't make as much sense, but apparently that's just
Yeah.
because time travel rules.
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
Goddamn time! You can never get time travel right.
No, time travel. No.
One of the better episodes, zombies taking a bit of existing story and making it their own.
My favorite episode was Marvel Zombies. That was my favorite episode. Which is
From what I was informed of the Marvel zombie story, they took a lot of it and just made it an episode, and it still came out pretty good.
Yes,
Yep.
yes, they did.
yeah.
Because
Except Spider-Man wasn't a zombie, and it's fairly simple why.
Spider Slayer's Zombie Slayer Spidey was awesome. It was the best.
It's better than his zombie verse version.
That needs to be buried and never brought up again.
who were they using to feed Wanda? Which character were they using to feed Wanda?
Oh jeez.
Fuck.
Was it Black Panther? Because it's Black Panther in the comic book, but it's not who it is in.
It wasn't Hulk either,
No,
because he didn't turn until late.
yeah, but they were using someone, and that was the only thing I noticed the difference because it's Black Panther in the comic book, but it's not Black Panther in the
No.
What If.
No.
I just don't remember who.
The shit. I liked fucking Ant-Man's head. Got legs head. And a fun bullet point, and it's again kind of it's What If, so it's not necessarily canon, but What If is the first time Spider-Man mentioned Uncle Ben, and the only time he's ever mentioned Uncle Ben.
In the MCU canon, yeah.
Uncle Ben basically does not exist.
No,
That's not true because in
He does, but he was
because
mentioned.
he's mentioned in No Way Home by the other Peter
Yeah,
Parkers.
see, but Toms
the
don't
other
really.
Peter Parkers, but
Yeah.
not him.
Tom-
We haven't heard Tom
Aunt
Holland
May.
say big.
No,
Aunt May
Ben.
was his
Big
Uncle
Ben.
Ben.
He does kind of exist because if you go back to Civil War when they're sitting on the bed, Tom Holland Peter has his bag, and he says when you don't do bad things happen. He kind of referenced Uncle Ben, but never explicitly said Uncle Ben. But if you listen to writers for the story and stuff, they had the intent to put Uncle Ben in there, but they thought with 2 movies already done, they felt it would have been shoehorned, so they kind of just let Aunt May take the place, which is totally acceptable. I'm at peace with it, because it was fine. But that's why...
Even her death?
Yes, I'm fine. She was killed by the goat, Willem Dafoe. It's fine.
Who still wants to come back as Green Goblin.
Because he wants to beat up Tom Holland some more. He wants to... I did not hear that. He wants to come back again.
Yeah,
Oh
he
my...
said he'd come back again.
I'll come back again.
He said himself, I didn't understand de-aging me. I still look the same.
I don't understand. And the funny thing is, though, when they first approached him for it, he's like, "Oh, I thought that was kind of nutty at first." Me? What? Then they explain the plot, and he's like, "Okay."
The next episode was the most changed with the timeline, technically, but still was an excellent story. Was Killmonger.
Or
That
was that the one where Killmonger becomes Black Panther? Or
It was the one where he saves Tony. The storyline is he saves Tony, which
He
yeah.
saves Tony, and it changes everything. There's
Yeah.
no Black Panther. There's no...
it's
Okay.
just it's an excellent story. It's just weird because there's no context for him being around there to save him.
yeah,
Was the biggest change
No context aside from his previous job.
as a mercenary, but
Yeah.
there's no context putting him in that location to have had the choice of saving him.
right.
So that was the biggest change, but in terms of how the story logically made sense,
Choices.
Choices.
Just
Butterfly
Doesn't sound
effect.
right.
just so that every other episode, except for zombies, because zombies is a different explanation entirely.
Yep.
It just, you saw the choices in the movies that, okay, we know that
Cause
didn't
and
happen.
effect, yeah.
This one, we have nothing to base it off of, like, why is he here now?
Well, he's just
Right.
here because,
Being a dick.
yeah, you felt like it.
Because for the next episode, Party Thor. This was a
How
change
about Loki?
Huh?
The Frost
After.
Giant Loki.
But it's not a change a change that was made in the movies, but we didn't necessarily see. We saw Odin take the baby, I guess, but just Party Thor, having fun everywhere he can.
I loved it. That's bias there, but I loved it.
You just love Natalie Portman
I do.
and Thor.
I do. There'll be discussion about her data property, but yes.
Second to last episode, Ultron sees all.
Yes. Loved
That
it.
was a good,
Ultron with the goddamn Infinity Gauntlet and the stuff,
Ultron-
everything making him all powerful.
and getting the Vision body.
Yep.
It's all it needed to happen, and you would have
Yep.
won.
Now I don't remember fully. I think he brought it up. James Spader didn't voice him in What If.
No,
That-
no, he didn't.
James
that's why I
Spader
said
was.
he did an excellent freaking job of representing
Apparently,
him.
But James Spader was iconic in Age of Ultron.
Ultron's coming back, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm hearing.
And if it's not James Spader, I'll riot because that was.
So he
iconic.
should, because he's fucking Ultron.
I just can't remember what thing he's supposed to
Man, Ultron was on the internet for like 10 minutes and decided humanity needed to go.
Yes.
That
Imagine if he did that in real life.
Imagine if he went on my browser. Oh God. Oh boy.
No.
You're like,
I don't know if he would shut it off after seeing Peachy first, or if he would shut it off after anime Rule 34 stuff,
Oh.
or
oh God.
Still find it funny that Uatu's voiced by Commissioner Gordon.
what?
Who? Watcher?
Yeah. the
Ben
new
McKenzie? Or
No,
no?
the new Commissioner Gordon.
Oh, new Commissioner Gordon.
from
yeah.
The Batman.
Okay. See, there I go. Right to
Jeffrey
Gotham.
Wright. Jeffrey Wright.
Yep. Okay. Right to fucking Gotham with Ben McKenzie. Right to fucking Gotham.
And the final episode, Guardians of the Multiverse.
Ain't that the one where doesn't the Watcher?
That's recruiting the team, fighting Ultron, stopping Ultron.
Yep. The Watcher intervenes. Still remember fucking.
Agent Carter is a part of the team.
That Agent
Yeah.
Carter, there's different Agent Carters.
That was the only thing I was confused on as far as multiverse and what if. I was trying to figure out if they were making it a thing, because if they're the Guardians of the Multiverse and then you have this incursion shit going on, and
Well, it's not the same because the what if or Agent Carter followed basically Steve's storyline and hasn't fought Thanos yet,
Yeah.
according to that mythos, versus they did in Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, but how much time?
Yeah.
Because
Even with Lucy Goosey, it doesn't seem like the Agent Carters are the same.
Yeah.
okay, I just
They made the movie off of that because they wanted that tie-in to say that there were other Agent Carters, but
Yeah. Shit. I don't even
Just
know.
branch-
I don't even remember if Agent Carter talked about Steve at all. A little bit you seen her in Multiverse. I don't think she did. She might have in I don't
No.
think she mentioned
No.
Steve at all.
and the end credit scene was Steve still being alive for that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, now I remember. It's coming back to me a little bit. Yeah.
So.
That was the last episode? But no, I liked What If. I would like more of that. I'd like more of that.
I
thought
gave,
we
I
were
know we're
supposed to
getting
get a
another
season two.
season.
we are getting a season 2.
I just if they keep having really different obscure stories.
They just need ideas.
don't do Maestro.
Don't do Maestro.
I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Oh, I'm in the same range.
I'll
Probably
give it a
7.
7 out of 10.
How would Disney pull off Maestro?
Oh boy. They
How
would
does
give him
Disney pull off any of its characters?
He's making the point of Hulk being a running joke, which is honestly true. Hulk is kind of a joke.
Maestro is villainous. Can you imagine making that villain into
Oh,
a
fuck
joke?
you for that. I heard they save it. I just said they're making Hulk. Could use it? Save it. Yeah, you're right. I gotta save that.
We got 3 other TV shows in between to go.
Ah,
So 7 out of 10.
7. Probably 7.
what if?
Yeah.
8.
Ooh.
I loved it.
Okay.
I-
That's gonna be your favorite out of all these, I guess.
Out of the what ifs?
Yeah.
Yes.
If it's just
No, out of the Disney Plus shows, not the what ifs.
Oh, I said what ifs, but I meant shows.
Okay.
if it's just Marvel Zombies, but I gotta go as a whole.
Okay. Next. Hawkeye.
Yes,
Dude,
I know I'm killing Lucky
Again.
again.
Kate Bishop origin story?
Yes, awesome.
worked for me.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with it.
Relationship with Black Widow?
Are you bringing up Yelena already? What the hell?
Why not?
He's
Is it
got
a bullet point on it? I'm
points.
sorry.
It'll-
Cutting so far ahead when I'm just saying origin.
I'm
You
being
cut
guys,
all the way
it's a
into
part of it.
You cut all the way to episode 6.
I'm being part of your. I'm trying. I know how you laid it out. Kind of.
I laid it out bullet points episodes, man.
I'm like, okay, yeah, no, Origin was fine.
I thought you said the wrong character. I thought you were just going towards Hawkeye and said Black Widow. No, you just
Hey, that
jumped
was
the
still
gun.
sort of a thing in the show.
Yeah, but the inspiration being her rescuing and killing the aliens from the Avengers movie.
Yep. I loved Haley Steinfeld in that role though too. She was great. She's one of my favorites at a new the young up and comers. She's probably my favorite.
Hawkeye showing the wear and tear of being a superhero.
Yeah, they got to show that side. He's basically stressed and done. He's
Brain
like,
just thinking, oh yeah, now he's showing it in real life.
oh my,
God damn it.
wow.
Did you see who's the only actor by his bedside?
No, I didn't.
With Anthony Mackie. Because they were best friends from the Hurt Locker. Anthony Mackie was the first one by his bedside after the accident.
Oh boy.
I heard he's up and he's walking damn near again.
Yeah,
he's good.
So he's fine. He's gonna be good.
He's got a new show on Disney Plus now. I'm assuming before the accident.
Oh my.
It's nice to show that the humans are not aging well, doing all this hero shit.
Yep.
Losing his hearing, losing maneuverability. It's nice to see that there are side effects to this job,
I do love.
other than not getting paid.
They tried to show it in Iron Man, but it was.
I love passing the torch. I love passing the torch shows in ways. There's ways I don't like it, but there's ways I can really enjoy passing the torch. It was kind of a passing the torch thing.
Miles.
And that musical is going to be stuck in my head for a while, though.
Miles, I
forgot it
I
already.
will accept Miles if
I
done
glossed
right.
right over it.
I don't hate Miles anymore.
And
He's lovable.
the very obvious PTSD from failing to save Natasha or help Natasha.
Yep.
That's going to stick with him until the day he dies.
Yep. Well, hey, she said, "Let me go." He did.
Past is Ronan coming back to haunt him.
I like that because I like that design, and
I loved
I
it.
thought Ronan was one of the coolest things I ever did with Hawkeye. Like even in the comics, I like
That was
Ronan.
amazing.
Ronan was cool. Clint became.
I'm not sure how I feel about the.
It was a short-lived thing for what
Yeah.
it was, so I'm glad it got.
It's still
that it
5
came
years of
back.
his life.
Well, in the context of the story, yeah, 5 years of his life. But for us, it was What?
I just it's not even a gripe with Ronin or the backstory. My biggest gripe is still the mafia of tracksuit mafia. As
The
a show.
tracksuit mafia.
Oh, who came up with this organization name? Please.
We're gonna be the tracksuit mafia.
I believe it was Stanley.
I know.
It's and it's also a play on stereotypes of Russian mobsters.
I know.
They wear tracksuits. That's what they do, and they drink vodka.
I want to ask you how you know, but
Well, I'm very close with the Russians. They are kind of similar to me.
I don't want you to start a war.
Here, Jay. Here
What?
you go.
Oh, here it
Right
is.
now we're to episode 6.
Here.
Yelena blaming Clint for Natasha's death.
Yes. It made sense. At least it made sense. You bastard. You could have helped.
Yes, it
For
made
as much
sense.
influence
in a
and
way.
information she got from the wrong people, yeah.
And I'm sorry, they played off the Martha scene better than Martha.
Martha.
I made the analogy as I'm watching it. It's like this is purely Batman v Superman, but they did it perfectly. What's gonna make her realize that what this situation isn't as bad as she thought it was? The fucking whistle
Yeah.
made sense. Why would Clint know what the whistle was?
Yeah.
Natasha trusted him. Made 100% sense.
Yep.
Not why do you know my mother's name?
Yeah.
Batman's psychology never gets past people. So what the fuck is he doing?
I mean, and the funny thing too, how people I love Florence Pugh kind of taking over as Black Widow. That's coming from a ridiculous Scarlett Johansson fanboy, whatever you want to fucking say, and I'm totally accepting of Florence Pugh being Black Widow. So that's something. That's something.
She's kicked a lot of ass in her movies.
I still heard Ash.
Yeah.
Williams? No.
Oh God.
We're past that.
Now we're past Pizza Papa.
Yeah, that was my next point. Whistle is better payoff than Martha.
Yep.
You jump ahead on your own, too?
Yeah.
Just not 6 episodes.
This was one of the first ones I watched, so my notes are more specific in
I
these
just
than I
was
needed
thrown
to
off
be.
guard. Like you're mentioning Yelena, right? I knew Yelena.
No,
was
I didn't
brought up
specifically
already.
mention her. You guys met her name.
Well, the biggest reveal, Kingpin exists.
That was great, but oh God.
Still a mastermind, seems a little bit more powerful than he was portrayed in Daredevil.
His endurance is definitely greatly portrayed, I think, as far as...
The man in comics, the man can fight a casual Peter Parker. I say a casual because if Peter's mad, it's a no diff.
No.
Casual Peter.
We know he obviously isn't dead. He's going to appear in Echo.
Yeah.
Am I jumping the gun if I mention his end?
No,
His end.
that they talking about the off-screen shooting him.
Yes.
Well, that's what that was like.
Oh.
We know he isn't dead. I already said
Okay,
that.
I know he isn't dead. That just brings me up to the point that kind of also brings why does Echo need a fucking show?
I know it's not.
No,
Gonna,
I didn't understand that one at all.
She's fine, but what?
it's going to be one of the least watched, and it's going to pay the price.
I can understand representation, but you're doing it wrong.
Let's represent the deaf people.
Do I want to bring up? I made this point to you about what it looks like they were trying to do with the Daredevil show. Do you want me to save that for She-Hulk, or do you want me to bring it up now?
You can bring it up now. I don't care. It'll get brought up again in She-Hulk anyway, probably.
Yeah.
So whatever.
With the forward-thinking idea for the 18 episodes we're getting of Daredevil
Yeah.
was 6 at a time with breaks in between.
Yeah.
I hate breaks.
Yep,
Break.
they better fucking not.
Break.
I hate breaks. You know how you're watching a regular fucking TV show on the Yeah, that probably made it.
What? I'm done.
Don't bring it up. Nobody will know.
Regular TV, like watching a TV show on Fox, and then they take this random ass fucking break, and they don't tell you why or anything. It's just
Spring break.
Break. We're on break. Oh, come on. Just like manga. On break this week.
that one you can actually figure because
Break next week.
they're drawing continuously for days.
Break.
The show is already
Yeah.
in production and damn near done by the time they take this break. So what the hell?
The Walking Dead did it all the fucking time. They have 16 episodes. He's at the 8-way mark. Couple month break. It's like,
Yes, that's something I don't understand.
why?
Yeah.
And with a streaming show like this, you don't need it. You don't need it.
Yeah. I damn near think they should just drop the whole fucking Disney Plus should just drop the whole fucking series, let people binge it and be done.
I don't care
Not
about
episodic.
I don't care about the weekly episodic thing, but the break thing, don't fucking do it.
Gonna spend a third of the year producing the show, giving it once a week. 18 out of 52 weeks, basically.
My God.
I am going to phrase this question this way because I wrote it differently on here. Velma being Mockingbird.
I really didn't know how to take that. I didn't, because the Mockingbird is actually a great character to me and has ties.
Mockingbird's a Spider-Man girlfriend.
Yeah, so
I'm surprised you know that. That's recent stuff.
Timelines.
hey,
Strange.
I actually liked the Beyond. No, not that Beyond. No, that was
Tekken?
no, that was before. That was Volume 4.
That was ish. That's like a
That's
year
volume
or
4.
two ago now, but that's kind of.
Are we in Volume 6 or 5?
It's kind of 5.
I don't know anymore.
Both MCU Mockingbirds are too old for Peter Parker. I'm sorry. Because there technically is a Mockingbird in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Yes, there was, and yeah.
They're both too old for
Yeah.
Peter.
Well, he's going into college now.
Yeah. They're both older than him by a lot.
What?
Do you really want? Do you want us? Get the '90s TV show, or was that the '90s TV show that did it, or was the comics first?
Which one? Did one?
Black Cat. You're just a kid.
That was like the night. That was like the 90s. It was great. Loved it.
They still end up together.
I love older women, so shit. Who cares? This is bias. They're biased here. So I'm like, yeah.
As long as she's got a butt.
Exactly.
They do.
Exactly.
Well, they're wearing tights. What do you expect?
Yeah. It makes it pop. It makes it pop.
And like those yoga pants that push it up. Oh no, let's not get that
Just
conversation.
random. Since we're on that, like some of them shots they did in Black Widow. They knew what they were doing. They knew exactly what they were doing with some of them shots. He had the
hero pose.
I pointed out to
He's
him.
not like that. He pointed out, look at that. There you go, Dean, right there.
He's invested in the movie at this point.
She's taking garbage out, and there's no need for them to be just right on her ass, and that's what they are. I'm like, okay. It's Black Widow will get talked about eventually, but just okay.
Just
enough.
to be fair, you do that with every movie.
I know.
Remember Jurassic World?
Yep. Like, ooh, look at
Ponzi
Bryce Dallas
everywhere.
Howard crawling in that pond. I like that shot. Yep, it's true. It's true.
Final point was the passing of the mantle to Kate Bishop assumed.
Yes, love it. It's gonna happen. They're all
We just don't know where she's going to appear next.
yeah. They're all gone. All the old guard is pretty much gone. Cap is old, maybe dead. Nobody fucking knows. They didn't confirm if he ever died.
The only person not replaced is Thor, and Thor is replacing himself because Hemsworth is stepping back.
He'll come back. He won't.
Well, he's coming back, but he's not acting as much as he wants.
He won't
Used
leave
to.
forever, but he's still there. Even though he's not really, he's kind of just a
Ooh,
guest Avenger.
Jay's holding so much in, and I love it.
He's just a guest Avenger. But
You're talking about next Avenger, so I have to hold back.
what? I'm going through all. Tony's dead.
Yeah.
Natasha's dead.
Yeah, there's one you haven't mentioned
Clint's retired.
Yep, I know where he's going.
Hulk's on an island
At a bar.
at a bar, a tiki bar,
yet. Until he goes pick up somebody.
not giving a shit.
Hold it in, Jay.
I said that very quietly.
I know.
It's, I'm lost as fuck.
No, he's avoiding talking about Hulk's son for She-Hulk.
I'm avoiding. Yeah.
Oh, Scar. That shit. Don't even get me started.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. There, it was brought. I was like, what? What are you talking? Okay, but yeah, there's gonna
There's
be
two
new.
people replacing Hulk for that.
It's gonna be
technically.
new.
And I didn't get the one I wanted. We have his sister. We have a fucking show.
You
That
have a
doesn't sound right. Say it aloud.
We have a chance for Betty. Betty's coming back. We have Red She-Hulk chance.
That's a whole different problem.
Betty's
Yes,
coming
it
back,
is.
and she's not gonna even recognize Bruce anymore.
That's gonna be if that's not a joke in that movie, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Oh, like Mark Ruffalo and the fucking and totally different person.
Best line.
Totally different person.
Best line in that entire series.
We don't mean to get on She-Hulk, but it just came up. But
But joke better still be made in that movie. I don't care. It better not just be a She-Hulk
but
joke.
I like I said, they're gonna need Haley Steinfeld as Hawkeye fits really good for Avengers, I think, and they're gonna be. Jesus Christ, Spider-Man's going to be one of the few still sticking around, and it's still debated if he's going to lead the team or not. It's either him or...
No, he's
we had
just
this
going to be
talk.
your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. He's going back to basics.
No one knows who he is again, so he can kind of just... He's going to get back into the fold now. And
Or maybe he'll go mentor some mutants.
There are 4 candidates to lead the new Avengers.
Here, this is what we got into.
There are 4 candidates. Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel, Captain Falcon, just to differentiate, and Peter.
Yep.
I hope it's Captain Falcon.
It's not going to be Captain Falcon because Mackie said it doesn't make sense for a human to be leading a group of mutants and superheroes.
Well, bullshit!
Yeah, I'm just a human. I don't have superpowers. I don't feel comfortable leading
My
this.
opinion on who should lead them is biased.
I don't want Captain Marvel to do it.
No.
I'm not being...
I eliminated those 2. Doctor Strange deals with too
glaring.
much extra dimensional
I'm
shit.
glaring.
And Captain Marvel deals with all the
Why?
spaceships.
You know who should lead them.
No, he's going to go off and teach some mutants.
It would make sense for him to follow in Tony's footsteps, but I also had reservations of it. I won't lie. Like, why is they're going to listen to
As much
a
money as
young
it would
adult
make,
like Peter? I mean, I understand people's concerns with it, but I mean, if you're going to put the face of Marvel forefront, let him be the face. Let him be forefront. But I understand, so I don't know.
They give us an actual Mary Jane?
Yeah, no disrespect to Zendaya, but no. God, that's not Mary Jane. That is another little gripe I have with.
Well, they're never going to do an actual MJ. We'll be lucky if they ever do Black Cat.
Ah! Paint!
They already announced the person that...
We would get Black Cat before we get Gwen, so...
Well, we're not going to get Gwen.
Oh, never,
Because
because
they're leaving Gwen for Spider-Verse.
let me get on my...
That's the only Gwen you're going to get.
Also voiced by Haley Steinfeld. I pick up the pop whenever I
You're
say
getting
it.
a Spider-Woman before you get a Black Cat.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, what do you mean? Hell, yeah, fucking... And just because for a random shout-out, just because the reaction would be great, fucking Madam Web from Sony's coming.
Well, that was the Spider-Woman, because Sydney Sweeney is playing Spider-Woman.
And
then
they
Dakota
can't... I'm
Johnson's
sorry,
playing
I
Web.
can't. It's going to be so hard for me. The voice is perfection in that Haley Steinfeld does in Spider-Verse, but I can't see anyone as Gwen. Emma Stone will always be Gwen to me now because of how fucking perfect it was. I can't.
Till the end.
She has never... What? What are you making other comments trying to throw me off my thought train? What the fuck comment you make? You bastard.
Till the end.
Fuck you. Oh, God.
Till the clock tower.
Oh, God. Oh, that. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. But, I don't know. That was brutal. Oh, my God. Damn. That brutal.
I never thought I would see it on screen. At least it wasn't the Goblin.
It was a goblin. A very weird, messed up one.
I don't care. Andrew got his save.
He got
Yes!
his redemption.
He got his
I totally
redemption.
seen that one coming,
He got his redemption.
and I loved it.
You didn't see that coming?
No, I totally seen that coming.
You didn't see that coming.
We can't put the accent on there, otherwise you see that you didn't.
But I don't know. Seeing, yeah, it's hard. I don't know what they're doing. I want some new love interests. I do, but shit, there was issues. But I'll take Kirsten Dunst, and she's old. Just go to Toby's world, please, and let's just have Kirsten Dunst be MJ again, please. Jesus, please.
To get Mayday?
Probably.
Like we're getting in Spider-Verse?
He's just a baby.
I love that name, bruh.
He's just
I was very happy. What?
What?
Mayday.
Oh, that's my kid.
Get to 4 and 5, I guess. Moon Knight, which will be followed by Werewolf.
Moon Knight.
These
Yay.
were I have the least notes on these because
No.
nothing they do has any side effect to any of the universe around them at this point.
Blah, blah.
Well, you have a hero in London. In Egypt.
Wow.
The splitting between Steve and Mark, only getting to see Steven's point of view for that entire first episode. It's a weird take, very jumpy, but it made sense. They were just trying to keep Steven's point of view.
Took some getting used to. Knowing going into it, knowing the character.
Yeah. But then they gave you both views after that episode, basically.
Yeah.
It was just that one. I love the suit. Suit looks great.
They did a phenomenal job on his suit.
Yeah.
They're getting better at getting comic representation in suits.
The thing was that most of I think the selling point for it was that outside of the transformations scenes,
You mean because it wasn't magical girl enough?
yes, the suit was still practical. A lot of the suit was
Yes.
still practical.
He was still able to take off the what the hell are those things called? The moon bands?
The crescent moons.
Crescent moons? Yeah.
And the cape was CGI. They never had the cape on him.
Really?
They may have had like standalone shots where he had the cape, but most of the action scenes the cape was CGI throughout. For most of the
Then
time.
I have high hopes for Spawn now.
Which is not the same company, so
Sorry, it's just the cape thing.
it's not the same company making Spawn, isn't they? Aren't they remaking Spawn with Jamie Foxx?
Yes.
Isn't that coming? So there's hope there.
I don't know if that's in limbo or not. I haven't heard shit about it lately.
It's an interesting take that Steven is Mr. Knight and Mark is Moon Knight. That was an interesting take versus just being able to transform between the two. Just giving each one of them an alter ego was an interesting take.
Well, I thought the original Moon Knight thing was he didn't really have control over who was in control.
Yeah.
Till a certain point in comic history where it's like, oh yeah, he just...
I'm not familiar enough with the character. This is where the Hobbit would come in handy. I don't know what the original Khonshu looked like. Vaguely off the top of my head.
Pretty close to
What we saw?
what we saw. Maybe
Okay.
less bony.
Okay.
Well, I can't say shit without it sounding funny to me, you know.
Bony.
Yeah, certain words just when you say it in your head, it's like, okay, it'll work. But then you say the word and it's just like boner.
Ralph.
What? Yeah, he's still floating around in the box.
The rise of Jake Lockley. Being teased basically throughout the entire show. It's like, Mark, did you do this? No. Steven, did you do this? No.
No.
I will say that cliffhanger
Yeah, that was a good
pissed me
cliffhanger.
off.
It was a good cliffhanger, though.
Especially when they announced, yeah, you're not getting a season 2. Fuck you!
I thought that's still in limbo. Season 2 still in limbo. They're just pushing everything back and may not get one now.
It may not.
Khonshu acting separate from the gods was pretty accurate from what I remember from his story.
Yep.
Yeah.
Getting imprisoned was Harrow's plan for Khonshu all along. It's apparently what Harrow was trying to do the entire time, which was a little weird. I'll get you one in a minute. Take on the afterlife.
I loved that.
That's pretty cool.
I just want a hippopotamus, apparently.
Were you playing that song in your head?
Yes.
When she just showed up?
Yeah.
Like when she showed up in the hospital or when they were on the boat talking to
I
each
don't want
other?
it for Christmas. I want it in the afterlife, apparently.
The afterlife.
I kind of want to play that song now just to get it out of my head.
Sorry.
Just want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Da, 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 da. I don't even know the actual lyrics, but I can hear the damn tone in my head.
That's the part of the song only anybody ever remembers is I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Yeah, that was an interesting take. Had to sacrifice Steven to get home.
Yeah.
That entire resurrection thing was pretty cool.
How would you say that fits in line with Egyptian lore?
That's fine. I don't like the fact that they this is kind of back to a few seconds, but they kind of used you know how they had the scene where all the gods had avatars and shit.
Mm-hmm.
They used the fucking B-listers. I'm just sitting there like,
You were hoping for Anubis.
Where the fuck is Ra? Where is Anubis? What the fuck are these fucking... You got Osiris there. Great. But what the fuck? Come on. Man. I wanted to see...
I was like, these guys could have done something, but where the fuck are these guys?
They're just off doing their own fucking... Oh, Jesus.
And then your
That-
female gator.
Oh, God. Amut. Dude, I've seen a lot of questionable pictures. I won't say no more.
Okay, then.
Rule 34 stuff.
You didn't have to say anything for those pictures just to pop in my head. At least I went to Hippo once. Because she's thick.
The full god death battle was interesting.
Yeah.
Both those CGIs worked on those characters. They didn't look like they
And
were...
Amut was doing work until Khonshu finally won.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said before, I like the suit. I like the suits. Even though Mr. Knight's my favorite personality. Because he's in a suit. Literally. And he fights with fisticuffs. And it's great.
Just with that end credit scene, it's going to be hard to explain why Mark or Steven don't remember doing certain things
Yep.
again, so we're still kind of in a different...
Surprised they didn't get that clue when they were in the afterlife.
The only
know.
thing that is not necessarily the most comically accurate about Mr. Knight is in the show, in comic, Mr. Knight's the smart business and strategy and business aspect of Moon Knight.
Great point.
In the show, I loved it personally, I got it, but he's kind of a bumbling idiot.
He's still smart,
He's
because
smart,
he's still
but
taking Steven's intelligence.
Yeah, but you get what I mean. He's a buffoon.
He's not business savvy by any means, but they
No.
didn't even need to delve into that, so...
Yeah.
He's more paranoid, too.
Yeah.
Which... Yeah.
I'm sorry. When he takes his jacket off,
Mr. Knight,
he's doing the fisticuff. That's great. That's great. That's fucking great. Like,
I knew
alright.
that was your favorite scene. Come at me! Come on!
And he punches for the first time. He's like, I'm strong.
This entire show just showed Mark or Oscar Isaac can act, which was
Yeah.
never a question, really. It's just like...
No.
Again, and it's a show that I would rate highly, but it's like, again, all these shows, like, because I had to kind of force myself to finish this one, and I'm talking pretty highly of it.
This is
Every
the-
single one.
This was the first one I struggled to get through.
It was.
This was the first one I struggled to get through.
Where you're like, I should watch that, but I really don't want to.
The only reason I
Fine.
finished this show was for this fucking podcast.
Struggled with Loki.
I didn't struggle with Loki.
No, I didn't struggle with Loki much.
What else did I struggle with?
Miss Marvel.
She-Hulk. Miss Marvel I struggled with, definitely.
We
That
watched
one-
half of a couple of those together. We're just
Miss
like,
Marvel, you understand struggling. Yes, we're all gonna... The point with Miss Marvel is it was dedicated to a different audience. It was designed to be a more teenage show.
Yeah.
No, I can watch stuff like that.
Yeah, but
For
it's not...
fuck's sakes, I enjoy Moon Girl and Dino.
And Moon Girl Dino.
You also have odd tastes.
Different.
With some shows.
Different. I'd say
Yeah.
different.
But it was designed to be more teenage angst.
I guess.
Probably was just because I didn't understand the culture or something. I don't know. It's just,
That could be very well true.
Yeah.
I tried.
The bank.
I really did try.
can't-
Maybe that was it. I know her as a character in the comics, and I'm sitting there trying to understand the reasoning behind the bangle and the power set and
Which we still don't have anything for.
mutants.
Part of me thinks, in a way, I think even though at the end there was the Carol Danvers cameo, which, geez, Brie Larson looked freaking anorexic in that. Holy shit! But she did. It was like it looked
It's
off.
not
It
wrong.
looked what?
It's not wrong.
It looked off.
Still haven't finished that. I haven't watched a single episode of Miss Marvel yet.
Just watching the end.
Just watch it. But part of me thinks they could have used like continuity. It wouldn't have worked, but I don't think. But they would need like another hero to like kind of be in there with her. I think could have helped. Like, just like a comic book example. She follows Spider-Man around a lot. That's like her mentor buddy, kind of in ways.
Yeah.
Spider-Man mentors a lot of young.
Literally
heroes,
travels
but-
from New Jersey to go see him.
Yep.
Leading into Werewolf by Night. This is probably going to be our shortest one because it only has the one.
But it was the most quality out of almost all the shows. For God's
Hell
sake.
yeah.
Black and white feel.
I loved
it.
that. It
Loved
took me
it.
a second to get used to, but I liked it.
And you got the color reveal at the end of two fucking...
Bloodstone.
No. Wizard of Oz to the damn Wizard of Oz theme song to reveal the color.
Oh, come on. Tell me you didn't enjoy that.
You just knew it was coming.
My favorite character in there
I'm sorry, every
was,
time I hear that song,
yeah.
being the Green Bay Packers fan that I am, and the greatest commercial I've ever seen the Packers promote. Still the funniest thing ever. I'm sorry, I'm going to go on to a tangent with like the Travel Wisconsin trailer supported by the Green Bay Packers is the greatest thing I've ever seen because it's just Jordy Nelson in black and white.
I vaguely remember this.
Just Jordy Nelson doing the beginning of the Wizard of Oz in black and white, getting knocked in his head unconscious. Travel Wisconsin is just in color, all the surrounding areas, woodland shots of Wisconsin. Yeah. And it's just funny because he's from Kansas. Jordy Nelson's from Kansas, and they take the entire Wizard of Oz joke. Oh, it was so great.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave. I love it here. Sorry, Jordy. I'm sorry we traded you. But
I did... Not to get on a sports tangent, but I did miss him.
Yeah. The black and white feel for the movie felt great. Felt very Wolfman. Not even going to argue that.
Yeah.
That transformation scene.
Yeah.
Costume design alone, just bringing it back to that old horror feel.
A little bit
The
more.
ripping of dismemberment.
Yeah,
The entire action scene
good
was
amount
great.
of blood for an MCU show.
Speaking of blood, Bloodstone. The Bloodstone gem. They never didn't. The powers were different. But they also didn't delve too far into it, so I can't say that they didn't touch on it.
I wasn't expecting to see her outside of a Capcom game.
We're talking about the gem, not the person.
Yeah.
The family.
The whole entire thing.
I know.
It's a part of her.
Yeah.
Is my favorite character to show got a bullet point?
It's coming. The design of the hunt was an interesting...
That was great, especially seeing the other people in their backstories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
That
funny
was cool.
Just funny that nobody knew he was a werewolf, but he's got the most kills out of anybody.
Oh, you're a werewolf.
No, I'm assuming you're talking about Man-Thing.
That's my favorite. He made the show.
He looked great.
Yep.
He looked amazing.
The
The entire character was great.
to bring up the ending again. But he's just sitting there. They're having coffee, and it's just great.
How about sushi? This is what I've been talking about at work. Where it's like, we're almost. They don't have anything scheduled for Halloween this year. As far as
Werewolf by Night Part 2.
that's what we want, but there's been no talk.
Then we could get I think it's the literal Howling Commandos. Where you have Werewolf by Night, you have Frankenstein, you have Blade.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on Blade.
That's
What's wrong with Blade?
That's having issues right
No,
now.
I'm talking movie concepts and oh god, nothing's getting done with that movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mahershala, ain't he pissed about some shit?
They've already rewritten the entire movie.
Oh God, yeah, I heard
What
that.
the
Yeah, it's in
fuck?
hell. That movie's in development hell, kind of.
That apparently the script for Blade was under 100 pages.
Oh God.
And screenplays are long, so a 2-hour movie is a very long screenplay, and the screenplay was under 100 pages for Blade,
The fuck.
and
What
very
What
little
are they gonna have on?
and very little action.
Oh my God.
That
does
was the
sound like
rumor for the original script,
That sounds
and
like
that writer got fired.
If
That's-
anybody could get us a copy of this script so we can actually read it. and
that
give
motherfucker
you a-
was probably in the writing room. When I think of vampires, I think of Twilight. You probably never seen that motherfucker again.
Well, then there's also other rumors where they're already going to introduce his daughter.
Jesus.
Like you're bringing in basically,
what the hell?
they're bringing in his replacement already for the show, and it's like,
And the whole Black Knight.
Give them 2 movies at least before you fucking write them on.
and Black Knight isn't even
The whole Black Knight angle's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Black Knight angle's gone. Kit Harington's back off to Game of Thrones.
It's all fucked up. Yeah.
We don't know anything about this movie.
Yeah, like
So the Eternals is literal
That-
shit now.
that whole post-credit scene is beep.
No, it's still Adamantium, the birthplace of Adamantium.
Yeah.
That's going to be the whole plot point.
And
Fucking-
Salma Hayek's still in it.
No, she's dead.
Oh. He's like, oh my God. That's Salma Hayek.
You're
still
stuck with Angelina Jolie.
That's okay.
With a lost mind.
with the...
Broken mind.
We lost Gilgamesh.
But damn it, I related to him, and what happened?
Took out Barry Keoghan.
What's the rule?
I always die. Anyone I relate to, that's me, that dies. It just happens.
Stop being the buff guy.
I'm dead.
It doesn't even have to be the buff guy.
I know.
He could be the stupid little happy-go-lucky guy and just die.
Yeah, that's me. Dead.
As long as he points at the screen and says, "That's me."
Jay,
He
he dead.
later in this fucking screen somehow he dies. Bullet Train. We thought we were getting thrown for a loop when he was Mandarin, right?
I said I was Tangerine.
Tangerine.
I was Tangerine.
I was
Mandarin. Oh boy.
There was no Mandarin. What are you talking about?
Tangerine. I meant Tangerine. I'm in the same fruit family.
Lemon and tangerine.
Same fruit family.
Oh my god.
I still love that movie.
Where he thought he was going to live. But because he identified with him.
Remember, Bullet Train taught us the danger of being a diesel. Don't be a diesel.
I've known too many diesels.
Don't be a diesel.
Next time, trust me when I say they're a diesel.
Okay, Lemon. He's Tangerine, you're Lemon.
I lived.
Yeah, the greatest fake out ever. That's still one of the best moments in theaters with our inside joke. I'm fucking alive. You're fucking dead. Now, oh god, he's still alive. I'm dead. Fucking bull. I love Aaron Taylor. I love Aaron Taylor Johnson, dude. He's great. Now him as Craven ?
That movie gave me hope for him as Craven.
I think he can.
They're not
play the
promoting this
role.
movie. They're not promoting this movie because they know nobody's going to see it.
I am.
So what we're going to see is Craven just dancing in the Sahara.
Well, if that's the case, call up Matt Smith, get him in there.
I'm sorry. If this movie turns into Craven being an animal lover and he's killing humans because they're killing animals, I'm walking out of that movie.
I want to see it
If
happen.
that is the concept of this movie, I'm out.
And I want to see it happen. I will buy the goddamn ticket so he don't have to spend money.
He's got to
and
hunt animals too. He's got to be a
That's the
He's got to
problem.
be a conservationist to a certain extent.
You will put it on record right now. If that's the plot, I will watch you walk out of that theater.
Yes.
Can we record it?
I'm done.
Like, we'll buy the tickets.
We'll buy them, so you ain't got to worry. You just come just so I can see it. There he goes.
We'll buy your Dr. Pepper and everything. It's
I'm
let you
taking
sit
it
down.
with me. Why don't you buy me the Dr. Pepper?
We don't have, and if the
Because you have to have a reason to sit through at least 10 minutes.
We're taking 2 cars.
Okay.
we're gonna leave.
That makes sense. That
His
makes
car's
sense.
gonna be gone. We're like, he did leave. He fucking left. He fucking left. I'm done. And that will be the greatest joke on it. And he did leave, by the way. We seen Craven, the 10-minute review
I
special.
mean, I can't read anything ahead of time.
No, this one you cannot. You have to sit through there like I go to.
So
a
in the
movie.
first 10 minutes of Craven, if it's a scene of poachers and Craven kills them and says, "Run free, animals," will you leave that?
Yes.
Okay.
I accept. I'm waiting for this to happen though.
There's a way they can do it where if he's just rescuing animals, that's different. If he's not hunting animals himself, I'm out.
What about rescuing animals to experiment on them to get their DNA?
No.
Fuck.
I bring it up. I'm the first one that said it. But first off, how the fuck did this become Craven the Hunter movie time? Love it.
Well, hunting.
Hey.
Bullet Train.
Yep. Aaron Taylor Johnson was brought up.
My fault.
Well, we went from hunting to Bullet Train to Craven.
Then people will just say, "Well, how the hell didn't you walk out of Morbius?" You're like,
I wanted to.
you're like, I wanted to.
Actually, a very
I
good
needed to
question.
see the end credit scene fall apart.
Oh,
I
that
needed to
thing.
see it.
Oh, that thing. What? Oh God. Okay. Where were we on our?
We'd already really pretty much talked about the next
Werewolf
2 points.
by Night.
Was the werewolf reveal, which looked great, and the murdering ensues. We got mostly.
It was
through
great.
that.
That was-
splatters everywhere.
Blood splatters, great.
I love it.
And this ain't even. This is just a personal, and that would still probably be a 9 out of 10. That would probably be my Hawkeye. No, Hawkeye was about an 8 out of 10. So
We didn't really grade Moon Knight. I gave
No.
Moon Knight a 6 out of 10.
The last thing
probably
we
a 6.5 to a 7. I might give that one a 7. I'd
You're
probably
right,
give
Hawkeye.
Moon Knight
I
a
said
7.
We said 7 out of 10.
Hawkeye for me would be an 8.
No, Hawkeye was 8. No, we didn't grade Hawkeye either. 8
No,
out
we
of 10.
didn't.
for
Hawkeye's 8 out of 10
Hawkeye
for
was
me.
my favorite out of these.
Hawkeye would be 8 out of 10. I enjoyed almost all of Hawkeye. Moon Knight probably be about a 6.5 to a 7.
They got to show off all of his trick arrows. That's all I wanted. I wanted more trick arrows.
Werewolf by Night would probably be putting it a it's Werewolf by Night is either an 8 or an 8.5 or I don't think a 9.
I'll give Werewolf by Night 8.
I'll probably say an 8 too. I can't put it above Hawkeye, but it's in the same realm.
Moon Knight I gave 6 because I just struggled to get through it. If we weren't working on the podcast, I wouldn't have watched it again.
And Falcon and Winter Soldier, because we talked about it a long time ago, would probably be an 8 out of 10 also, because that was also one of my favorite
You
Disney
had a
Plus
lot to
shows.
say about that one.
That was probably Falcon and Winter Soldier, despite being disliked by a lot of people, was probably my favorite.
I
of
like
all
the
of them.
story. I don't understand people.
It was too long. I'll agree. It was too long, and they could have easily shortened it. That I'll agree with.
Yep. A random thing about Werewolf by Night I was going to say, this is where, and it's not even necessarily a gripe, it's a preference thing. I love the transformation. Jay will understand what I'm saying. I'm more into the werewolf-looking werewolves that actually have a snout and are actually like a dog. He was more humanoid. I'm not as into I'm not as into, I like more.
But they were going for the wolf.
I know they were. That's why I said it's not really a gripe, because I understood it, but I'm more, he knows what I'm talking about. You're more into
They went for a man wolf, like what J. Jonah Jameson's son's supposed to be.
Like, to me, a werewolf is it's a wolf that's walking on his back legs. Freaking, that's a werewolf to me. Like, that was fine. That's why I didn't call it a gripe, because gripe meaning a negative. It's not a negative thing. It's like a preference thing. But still,
only thing left to talk
It's your
about.
supernatural preference.
Yeah. The only thing left to talk about for Werewolf was potential sequel and future appearances. Nothing's been mentioned. Don't know where any of these characters are.
I'd love for them to do
Kinda
these
sad.
specials with characters.
Going nowhere with Bloodstone. If they could actually get fucking Blade right, could appear there somewhere. Man-Thing could appear fucking anywhere.
It wouldn't take. I was making this point at work too. It's like it wouldn't take long to shoot one. Almost all the effects were practical. The only thing CGI'd was the Bloodstone blasts and Man-Thing. You don't even have to have Man-Thing in this technically. We'd love to see him, obviously.
Yeah.
But you've got the CGI done for him already, so you can do a lot with him. Probably.
I love monsters.
Just have that cap
are-
suit and go.
Yeah.
He's badass, but he's a badass monster. But at the same time, the end showed in the ending with him sitting there drinking his coffee and shit, made him cuddly, for lack of a better term. So he's great. I love Man-Thing, and he does pop, which is rare enough.
Well, he only attacks those who fear him. If
Me.
I remember correctly.
Oh God, imagine me meeting him, Buddy. You're not scared of Buddy?
Big ass teddy
Okay,
bear,
he
you.
touches you, you die.
I die happy. I die with the bud.
All right.
I mean, one thing I want to say, because this is kind of, it's actually a good precursor, because we're talking about, it's kind of in the same vein of Werewolf by Night. He was brought up, because he's probably in my top 5 Marvel characters. That will be a list at some point, probably just for the Spider-Man, into the Spider-Verse review. But, I want some Ghost Rider content. It's on the horizon, because Ghost Rider has been in my top 5 in Marvel, and I feel it on the horizon. I feel some Ghost Rider news coming. And I'm like, come on, give me that Norman Reedus or something. Come on. And please do Johnny Blaze. You're probably going to use the other, trying to maybe, just please do
The
Johnny.
car?
Yeah.
No.
Please do Johnny Blaze.
Reedus deserves to ride a bike.
Yeah, that'd make no sense. That'd be the big fuck you. Let's say that they have him, Robbie Ray. I think it was Robbie
Reyes.
Robbie Reyes.
Diego Luna.
Yep.
Tommy.
There you go. Last
Tommy.
of Us reference. But if it's Reedus, if it's not a bike, I almost fucking riot, because that's terrible. How the fuck you not gonna put Norman Reedus on a bike? But
To be fair, they could do the version of Johnny where he can use anything.
yeah,
It's true.
yeah. And I read and I watched a thing. It's another Ghost Rider comment, but I watched a
They
video.
attempted that in the first Knight Rider.
Pete?
Didn't
No,
they?
you-
With Nicolas Cage?
No, it was only a car. There were two Ghost Riders in it.
That's right.
Sam Elliott.
I said Knight Rider. God damn it.
Sam Elliott was the original Ghost. The original Ghost Rider was rode a course.
Yep.
That was who Sam Elliott was.
Nicolas Cage still has the best comment for the
Freak out.
MCU.
What?
Like when somebody asked him, "Would you join the MCU?" It's like, and this MCU and
Cage.
no, yeah, I don't need the MCU. I'm Nicolas fucking Cage.
I don't know. And again, I want to see a full scope of Ghost Rider's fucking shit too. He's one of the most broken characters in all of Marvel. And
Somebody who can stare at Galactus and make him feel things.
you can't kill him. You can't kill him without something holy. And even if you do, he just comes back.
Yep.
You get this, he's broken.
He is a character where he doesn't need a 6 or 8 episode series, but I don't think you can do a special presentation with him.
Yeah, but
You need a little bit more.
I'd say an hour. But if you're getting to an hour and a half, then it might as well be a movie.
Yeah.
So you're
He's
thin line.
He needs with the amount of CGI you need for that character anyway. I could get away with a 4-part series and love it.
Yep.
Perfect.
I agree.
4
I
parts.
agree. I agree 100%. There. The perfect.
This is why we're not at the Disney table, because we think
the
a little-
Disney table.
a little.
Well, that's been the argument for why they can get away with like Arrow and Flash being 22 episode seasons for CW is
don't even
because
get me started on that.
Oh,
Because of
God.
This one.
I know.
That
I'm actually-
22 episode
I'm
things.
watching The Flash till the end to see where it goes, and it's just
I heard Grant
God.
Gustin wants him to die. Wants Barry to die. But perfect transition to our wish list. Our 10 wish list things we want to see. Whether it's something video game related, movie related, storyline you want to see adapted, whatever. This might be. We're already at an hour and a half, so buckle up. This might be a long episode, but I'm ready.
Well,
We started earlier, so yes.
we got one more show to do.
We do? Fuck show I forget.
The one he
Holy shit. I forgot something I was ready to talk about. I am so sorry to She-Hulk. Holy crap.
Are you really?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. She twerked.
I was wondering why you were talking about the top 10s. It's like we need to talk about one more.
Okay, let's go. I'm rewinded. I'm ready, but oh god.
Hold.
I won't talk about shit until you.
Let me get through my points. Bonus extra credits for anything else you want to add. First episode seemed fine
Oh yeah.
as a concept. The accidental blood transfusion was an interesting take from what they were. The actual blood transfusion
Yeah.
was fine.
Yeah.
The creation, fine.
Yeah.
Not a gripe.
Yeah. I agree. They fixed the CG the best they could. It wasn't horrible, but still a little.
CGI still looks weird.
There it-
Point number 2. Still looks weird.
He'd still smash.
yes. Or I'd get smashed, but that's okay.
I'm sure he's gone off for the.
He would do
Twerking scene.
he would do the opposite of Fryman, though.
Oh my god. Right.
Um,
I was gonna say my horniness needs to be in check because there's horny bias for She-Hulk, but I gotta refrain to actually grade the show fairly.
Ironically, I think these points worked out as good going to bad.
I guess
For
yeah.
the
'Cause when
episodes?
yep.
Fourth wall breaks, fine.
Great. That's her character.
That was
Yes.
fine. Where they broke in and out, fine.
People had gripes for that for no reason.
It's like,
That's
what?
her
That's
That's people not knowing the character.
Yeah.
yeah.
That was fine. Bringing in Emil Blonsky was interesting and funny.
Yeah. I like
Just the concept of the episode, beautiful.
She's a lawyer. It's a good idea for her to
Great
defend him
idea there.
first.
yeah, great
They
idea.
fixed his ears too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Leading into the aftermath of Abomination versus Wong, that was a perfect tie-in. Made a hell of a lot of sense. Somebody caught him on film. We have a problem.
He's leaving.
That was a great explanation for something that happened in Shang-Chi.
Wong
that
showing-
we
Wong-
all had questions like, what the fuck? He's supposed to be in prison.
Wong showing up to the hearing was fucking great. Hey, I'm here. Sorry.
The insertion of Wong just whenever you need him.
Yep.
I swear to God, Wong loved playing Wong
Yes.
that much just because of that.
I like when he's just sitting in the watching the fucking TV show with the
Oh,
drunk
no.
chick. Was great.
That relationship.
Needs to come back.
Sopranos?
She needs to still be there when fucking Wong sees again. Didn't you leave? No. I'm done. I'm fucking done.
Now we're getting last good thing I think we're talking about. Maybe 1.5. Her cases were interesting.
They actually were.
Yeah, like
yeah.
for being a legal comedy, which is what it was supposed to be. Each episode's being
I thought they were going to make it more of a joke than they did. They actually did hit on legal terms and things like that. I thought they were going to fuck that bit up.
Yeah.
all of that was fine. An interesting court case for almost every episode until they stopped getting into the boardroom.
Yeah.
But
That didn't take very long either.
no. The problem with the legal stuff was same things we're having issues with Star Wars. They focused too much on the sub-characters with other cases.
Yeah.
You had so many. It was supposed to be about her, but you had parts of episodes dedicated completely to her friend solving other cases.
Like the Undying Man episode?
Yes.
Yeah.
I forget what his name was.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, I don't either.
But
He's an actual character in Marvel.
Yeah.
I had to look that shit up because I'm like, he doesn't. No, this doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
The Leaping Frog?
Oh God.
we're almost there. We're almost
Oh,
there.
I'm sorry.
That teases into.
It was a legal thing. It was
yeah.
a legal thing.
Yeah, but got to get through this before you get to that episode.
Okay.
The super suit designer. Interesting take,
Yeah.
I did like that.
which gets us into the tease of Matt Murdock leading to your court case you're talking about with the
Yeah.
frog.
I don't know really what I'm supposed to say about that. I mean, it was a very interesting fucking representation of a character, because he's like the third in line or some shit, which I think was even stated.
For super suit guy.
The frog, yeah.
Yeah. Well, makes
Or he
sense that
just-
there would be superheroes trying to do all this shit, not knowing what to do with their suits.
Yeah.
But get to the
They have a guy to go to, and there's all these supers out there that no one fucking knows about, though.
but
I tried so hard to look for Easter eggs in that room to keep
there
my
was
attention.
there were a couple, weren't there?
Yeah.
What the big elephant in the room is the inclusion of Matt Murdock, giving us our Daredevil.
They kind of, I liked it because I like seeing Charlie Cox again, but at the same time, I've said this a million times. I've had
50 on that one.
I had to get used to Daredevil because I'm like, Daredevil, you are not comedic. You are serious and brooding, and you are just cracking jokes, being all happy and shit. It took a second to get used to that.
Yeah,
I get it. That was the tone of the show, but I'm like, geez.
it's the tone of the show, but he can be witty with his friends.
Yes, when he wants to be.
Yes. So
You've
that's
seen
a
him
different.
do it with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He's been witty with Spider-Man. He gets witty with Luke Cage and Iron Fist and all
Jessica
them.
Jones.
That all made sense. He's
Yeah.
interacting with a friendly character. We didn't get to really see him
Well,
interact
even in his
with.
fight scenes, he's being fun. So it's like,
Well, he
If
still
that's
had
the way
somebody
they're going to
around.
portray the character for his show, there are going to be issues.
yeah.
I don't
It
think
made
so.
sense for She-Hulk.
Well, it's already said it's going to be still mature rated, but it's not going to be as gritty.
Oh, that's going to be hard to do because Netflix really knocked it out of the park with Daredevil. But we'll see.
Yeah, but they massacred another character.
How
so-
about retrying that hallway scene?
Yes. That was.
I got to.
What did I do to you? You just cracked him up.
You're reminding me of yesterday at work. Like, with the Ahsoka trailer release.
Oh,
Admiral Thawne.
The funny part being I can make this because it's MCU related, because the big burly guy with the red lightsaber.
Wasn't that Ray Stevenson?
Yeah, Ray Stevenson, because he's in Thor, so it's funny anyway.
Yeah.
Why do people continue to fight Jedis in a hallway? Why? It never ends well. Vader killed everyone. Ray Stevenson obliterates people. Luke fought all the droids in a hallway. Why do anybody fight does anybody with a lightsaber in a hallway?
I was going to say, you said Jedi. You mean Force users with
Yeah.
lightsabers?
Sith, Jedi, whatever. Don't fight them in a hallway. It never ends well.
We will fight in this hallway.
Blaster versus blaster, fine. Don't fight the guy with the sword.
The funny thing is, totally off topic, but just because he was mentioned, whenever someone says Ray Stevenson, I always think of fucking Blackbeard from the Black Sails show, because it was fucking great. That's where I go to.
At
I
least
think
it's
of
not
Ray
the Punisher sequel.
No, God. Ray Stevenson played a good Blackbeard.
Okay.
Dead silence.
I'm waiting for him to say anything before I.
Getting to the finale, basically, here.
Uh-oh.
Main plot rewritten for a fourth wall break, giving us Kevin.
I didn't hate it, but I was just so like, this is what you're doing?
You really just had a bunch of throwaway crap villains this whole series, and I get it. It's not meant to be taken
You basically
serious,
made
but
any plot point you made in your show and just made it non-existent.
basically, yes.
Turning all the Hulks into a joke again.
Making the entire show barely matter. Throwing in Scar.
Now, that was
At the
a
end.
throw-in, and he had a fucking man bun. Like, what?
Main problem appears to be that they can't do Hulk stuff without hijacking a season. Which is basically what I'm afraid they're doing with Captain America 4 by throwing in Red Hulk,
Here's
throwing
Red Hulk.
in Betty.
Here's Betty.
The floor is yours.
Like I said,
Say what you need to say.
I'm She-Hulk is very hard for me to fairly
Does
talk
anyone
about.
happen to remember Hulk on Sakaar in Ragnarok?
Yes.
Yes, the GOAT movie.
What was he doing?
Fighting.
Just fighting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did the gladiatory arena.
Yeah.
What the fuck wife or woman did he hook up with to create Scar?
Just, yeah.
Where in the hell is Michaela? My stone pusher. That, you know, there's entire fucking storylines, love interest, everything, you know, character progression for the Hulk that we do not get to see.
You got Meek and Korg, but they're chilling.
No,
with...
we did not get Meek and Korg.
Yes, we did. They're chilling with Thor.
No,
Playing video games.
No. We did not get Meek and Korg.
Yes, we did.
No, we did not.
Yeah,
we
we
did
did.
not get
Oh,
the
yeah.
brothers.
We got Taika Waititi.
Yeah, we got
Taika
Taika Waititi.
You're. I brought us back that far, but I didn't want to mention them yet. But that's just the thing. As far as the Hulks go, She-Hulk was doing okay all the way up until about that last episode.
Hey, all this didn't matter. It was a joke. All that show for a
They
joke.
were setting up her character to be this serious, you know, fighter. You know, the actual character, fourth wall breaking didn't merely matter because it's part of her character.
I didn't even mention Titania in this entire
That shit was like, here you again.
And she's going to be coming back
Yeah.
because her actor did love playing her.
I mean, the copyright episode was brilliant. It made
Yeah.
having the copyright point with it was another good legal problem.
Yes,
Hey,
it was.
I liked that first episode when she burst in the courtroom and She-Hulk punched her at the fight right now. I love that. That was great. Oh, here we go. Okay, back
But
to
everything
that.
else about the character was
Back to the Hulk rant.
But everything Disney does, and I don't think this is all on Universal whatsoever. This is just Disney and their writers. Because they do the same thing with the fucking Marvel comics. Hulk ends up just being a joke no matter how serious the story is.
I won't argue it because it's true.
But arguably the only somehow, some way, the stealing of her blood is still going to be a plot point, which
Here.
is going to lead to Captain
I
America 4.
can back
Somehow
up.
that's the only thing that's going to survive any of this, and it's still not going to be good.
I can back up his points of quite a bit here because having read a lot.
Even rolling back that part where fucking Geek Man turns into a Hulk?
Yep.
It is almost to the point where in Marvel Comics, you validate your strength by going and beating the shit out of Hulk. Swear to God. Spider-Man
The Hulk or Thing.
has
And the
beaten
Thing
Hulk.
doesn't even do
Thing
it
has beaten up Hulk. Thanos fucking curbs him. It's bad. I'm just going with his points. Hulk is a
But
joke
even-
a lot.
I understand that you would have an easier time with the transformations due to what if you want to go through the female stuff or whatever, but her having control of everything made sense. She
Yeah.
would have an easier time doing it.
Yeah.
That was actually a part of her character. They explained it in the comics almost exactly the same way.
Yeah.
Even the whole anger thing.
Being able to
I'm
control
always
it. Yeah.
angry.
They had like good points in this series. It just looked weird, and you made it not
They lost
matter.
it.
They made it not
Right
matter.
at the end. They kicked it all out the fucking window.
All for the joke of having Kevin throwing back in Daredevil. You just
it's-
made it a joke.
And it wasn't even Kevin Feige. So I've heard Kevin Feige will not appear. He
It's-
will not.
No.
Just a robot.
They literally made the end of that show almost exactly what the fans were thinking of the entire Phase 4.
Yeah.
The entire fuck you, what the hell is going on here? Why?
Because no one sees the path for what they're doing. What are you doing? We want to know what you're doing. We know you're building the Thanos in phase 1.
Okay, we can see the building blocks, but where the fuck are you actually going?
Sadly, when I think about it...
And then when they actually release the next fucking thing, right to the face is
when
what
I
it feels
think
like.
about it, why Age of Ultron is... Still, I like the movie a lot. Why it's such kind of a road bump in like Avengers and a lot of the movies. Avengers, boom. We're obviously building the Thanos. Here comes Thanos. Literally, like, no build-up. Oh, here's Age of Ultron, where Ultron's the villain. Okay, movie's done. Ultron's off in the internet somewhere. Back to Thanos. It was like this. Boop. Back to Thanos. Thanos. Ultron. Back to Thanos. I'm like, where the fuck? Okay, let's just have an Ultron movie.
Yeah, have Ultron.
No build-up. Just
have Ultron created out of a whole PTSD thing for Iron Man. I can't save everyone.
But I'm still going to try to put a suit of armor around the world.
Almost the exact line.
That's what I do.
I mean, I'm gonna have to be the one to say it because it's appropriate. I say it. She-Hulk twerking with Megan Thee Stallion was iconic. Most won't call it iconic like me, but I liked it.
Sorry, I'm still seeing her in a baseball uniform.
Megan Thee Stallion. All from Grease and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, she threw up.
It was all over my Facebook timeline.
Of course it was.
Damn it! Move on.
Well,
what?
Valion, take it away. We're into our 10.
No, like She-Hulk would get a 6 out of 10 from me overall. I got these ratings are gonna be bad.
6 out of 10 until the final episode. 4 out of 10 after that.
Oof. I can agree. I won't. Because I still enjoyed most of it a bit. Oh boy, but like I said, I'm not.
I enjoyed everything until the final episode where it made it not pointless.
That last episode is the only thing that drops it.
Yep, I thought it was cool when she's going through Marvel HQ.
The biggest gripe through the first until the finale was She-Hulk look weird with the CGI. That was the biggest gripe I had through the entire thing until the finale.
I just liked seeing the Green Giantess on screen. I didn't really pay much attention to that.
She looked more like...
I'm not as bad as him, but I was still stare at that screen. Because he'll say it out loud. I'll just sit there.
I'm very open about my horny pervertedness. It's weird, but it's honest. I just gotta live with it.
Awkward would be the proper term.
Hulkward.
Oh, you're talking.
Did I say it that way? I don't know.
I was gonna say, I was like awkward. Oh, you're like me awkward. Okay, I mean, I was like,
Me,
I was
not
confused.
you.
No, I was just like that contradicted what I just said. But that makes sense though. I get it.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
4. Yeah.
Yeah. Boom.
Yeah.
It is top 10 wish list time. I don't know why She-Hulk just sidetracked us off into a fucking pit of misery. Dilly.
Matt was expecting it. It wasn't even all my fault this time.
The top 10 is just, there's going to be, like I said, I'm fair warning for a longer episode because this is just almost spitballing stuff we want to see nowadays.
We needed to get the Disney Plus shows out of the way because none of these Disney Pluses had ties into any coming movies.
It worked out a lot better than I thought because I'll be honest, I thought it was going to suck and it was going to be boring, but there were some good points in there. I'm surprised, pleasantly surprised.
There may not be a lot of debate with these 10s because I think we're going to be talking about ideas.
Well, I don't think there's any.
Well, that's why I said
unless someone has
a ranking system of here. This is.
Oh, I definitely had a 1. I definitely had a 1.
Definitely had a 1?
I definitely had a number 1.
I kind of did too, but I'm just saying, I highly doubt any of us are going to say that idea sucks. That's stupid. There can be none of that. So,
you may have a argument against one of my top 3. Hell, I'm switching that.
What the fuck?
I think I want my 4 to be more number 3 than my 3 to be my 4.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's start with you and go this way because I
haven't started in a while. I haven't started, so that's fine.
So you're not doing a list. You're just gonna.
No, I'm just going off the handle here.
Okay.
Martian Manhunter.
Hey.
I'd watch a Martian Manhunter adaptation.
Oh yeah, but they got to do the weakness properly.
Fire.
Oh, I'd watch a space cop Martian Manhunter that he was originally always designed to be.
Not that whatever we got in the Snyder cut. You were here this whole time just watching all this happen?
I would take
Yes.
what you got in Supergirl, just put him in outer space.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
Actually, well, not so much. Sort of. Take half of that.
Well, it's like,
Yeah.
but the concept of the character of him being arresting metas and humans,
Yes.
just
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
The core concept of that character, I want as a TV show by himself in space.
Yeah.
That we're probably getting with Green Lantern somehow with the
Yeah.
James Gunn Green Lantern thing.
Oh, God.
He didn't say which Green Lantern he was going to start off
No,
with
you're just
either.
getting all the other Green Lanterns you know in the thing. We don't know who the main character is going to be.
No. Yeah, we'll see Hal and John. I think we'll see them
Gardner. Do it, Gardner. I dare
He
you.
might get him too.
I dare you. Start off with Gardner.
Guy was a joke as a fucking green, but when he was a red, he became cool. to
That's
people.
why I say start off with Gardner so you can lead him into other things. Since you went off right there, I'm gonna.
I
throw
see
it
how
out.
he's gonna do it. It can work pretty good.
I want a live action, and they've done live action of these before. A Ben 10 universe, movie wise.
That'd be cool.
That would be so complicated.
I didn't like Ben 10
little bit.
like other people did, but I liked it. I'd
Well,
watch
just
it.
because of all the transformations. That'd be the hardest thing. That budget would be astronomical to have to do it that way.
And if you want to
That
do
would be the
Well, I
biggest
mean,
problem.
the guy that does it has a little nickname titled Man of Power.
and if you want to do it quality with good CGI and all that shit,
And
I'm good for it.
the guy created another universe that I like, which I could probably mention in another one, but I'll do it here as an honorable. Generator Rex.
Yeah.
That his whole power had to do with nanobots.
Yeah.
That was freaking amazing. That one you don't even have to Ben 10 transformation. Yeah, I'd accept a live action of that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. Oh, mine. Actually, I remember it, but I just want to. Mine is actually. I start off with a video game want, which is actually whether you want to take it as a movie want or a game want. That's fine, even though game would be easier. But it's more lower in mentioning it first because it was mentioned before, but it's kind of gotten swept under the rug. I want Tekken versus Street Fighter video game. It's been mentioned, but back in like 2016, and has just nothing materialized.
They've always teased us.
I think Tekken and Street Fighter's characters go well together in a game, and just to bring up, I have to bring it up. I don't want that. I never want to see anything Marvel, not Marvel, DC versus Mortal Kombat again. That was terrible. I fucking hated that fucking game. Oh my god.
Completely getting rid of fatalities.
Terrible. God, that was terrible. Now, but Mortal Kombat might be my favorite of all the fighting games, but I think Tekken and Street Fighters mesh well. I'd love to see a movie too. I mean, they've had animated movies and shit, but a live action would also be cool.
They have some pretty good Tekken ones on Netflix.
as a little bone, and they're animated.
Yeah.
Like a live action, it'd be a bonus.
Hell,
Again,
you get your favorite character King in those.
King. He's a luchador. But again, they work well. They work well. I think them two games work well off of each other. Mortal Kombat, combining anything with Mortal Kombat, you got to make it bloody and shit. When Tekken and Street Fighter aren't bloody games. They're not bloody. So, and they don't have fatalities and shit. So it's always hard to mesh.
Tekken can get bloody. I mean, they do the little spurts, but it's not
They're not Mortal Kombat.
not Mortal Kombat style.
But yeah, pretty much. I don't want to talk about. And of course, I want to see Chun-Li and Kami and all them fucking live action, whatever they're fighting. I'd love to see.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a feeling I'm stealing one of Jay's with this.
Oh boy,
Well, let's see.
Static Shock.
superhero.
I definitely wanted to see that one.
I'd see a more humorous Black Lightning. You could
That's a pretty good, accurate description of him.
yeah. It's like that's all.
As far as the cartoon TV show we got.
Yeah, that's all you need. It's just teenage Black Lightning being humorous versus being gritty and
Family Man.
Yeah.
That the TV show we got.
Well, he wasn't technically. He was less Family Man because when the first season they teased Black Lightning what he was doing, but he was more forward,
Yeah.
beating up everyone,
Yeah.
taking no prisoners, with a purpose versus the Family Man we got for most of his shows. But I'd watch Static Shock, no problem. Love the show.
Especially if we get his buddy Gear and normally I'm not for the whole racism thing,
Okay.
But it taught a lesson in that TV show really well. It even changed the man. Gear's father, what the hell is his name? I'm pissed at myself for this. I can't remember his name.
I don't remember.
Virgil Hawkins is Static. Damn it! It's
been so long.
We'll move on. Thinking of Static Shock, I fucking threw off my thought process there. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I knew it would.
Fuck it. Final Fantasy movie.
There
Somewhere
we go.
along the lines of Spirits. Do you happen to remember that one?
No.
Are you talking about a live action movie?
No, it was actually a CG.
No, are you talking you want a live action Final Fantasy movie?
That would be cool too. I'll take a movie dedicated just Final Fantasy, Crystal Saga, whatever.
I think
I avoided putting Final Fantasy on these because they have Final Fantasy movies. That was my gripe.
That was your gripe?
Yeah.
You didn't like Final Fantasy movies? Like Advent Children, all them based on
Advent
seven?
Children was fine.
Yeah.
Even if it was weird.
even if
It was a little. It's just there to explain some in-between shit.
I love the fight. I love the fight with Bahamut. That's one of my favorite action scenes in that movie. I love that scene.
I remember it and I liked it. I can't remember if my favorite was actually favorite character was actually a pretty decent part of that movie. I can't remember if he was or not.
Vincent?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's it? Yeah.
He's my
The
favorite.
red cloak,
Yeah, he's my favorite. Fine.
sunglasses, I believe.
He had a game that was
No.
terrible.
bandana.
His Cerberus of whatever game it was called was terrible.
Dirge of Cerberus.
Dirge.
Terrible. Holy crap. But terrible. But I like seeing him, so I like
They
that.
redeemed him in Kingdom Hearts.
That it for Final Fantasy?
I don't know what else I can say.
Okay.
Because that one's so broad.
My next one is most likely on the horizon, but I don't know. Supergirl live action. You're gonna see her in Flash, but it's gonna be you'll probably never see her again. It's gonna be a new version coming if they do. That's why I said this one's kind of on the horizon, so there's a chance for this one. But
Well, you're
What about
getting
Girl of Tomorrow, or
that's
what is that what it's called?
no.
What?
that's why I
I'll
said
look.
I know there's.
She's getting her own show from James Gunn. We
That's
knew
what
that.
I meant.
Yeah.
That's
But you're
why
also
I-
getting her for Flash.
That's why I said. That's why it's.
Well, that the Flash version we're not going to see after the fact,
Nope.
But
unfortunately.
she's one of my favorite DC characters, and she's always over. And I love Superman, but Supergirl's always in Superman's shadow. And I think she could have a quality just her movie. I think it'd be really sweet.
Woman of Tomorrow.
Woman of Tomorrow.
That's why I said I was
Oh.
like, I know she has stuff on the
what did I
horizon.
say? Girl
but-
of Tomorrow.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I demeaned her.
And in
I'm
the
not
original, I kind of almost in my head built the script for a Supergirl movie because in the Red Lantern storyline, of course, I bring that up. She's having a ongoing fight with Lobo before that, and I love Lobo. Lobo would be the villain for my Supergirl movie.
Wait, is that the Teenage Lobo one too?
Yes, that's
that was
the Pretty Boy Lobo.
Yeah, Pretty Boy Lobo.
Lobo is one of my honorable mentions. Having a Lobo show is one of my
Okay.
honorable mentions.
But
Show?
I would do it. I'd make it as a. You'd kind of have to have a universe established at the time, but I'd make it as like a Supergirl making a name for herself in the movie, living in Clark's shadow the whole time. That's the kind of angle I would take with it. And I think it'd be really good. Like I said, it's a little. I mentioned that one out of the way
So-
because there's hope for that.
Like
That's
the CW
coming.
show, but better.
Kind of. I love Melissa Benoist, the Supergirl, though. I did, but it's CW. They don't have the budget or anything like. I'm sorry. I want a $200 million budget for Supergirl fighting Lobo, and all that poor city's good. That poor DC jokes. That
Did either
poor,
of you watch Krypton?
that poor city?
Nope.
Bits and pieces. That
Lobo
poor,
showed up in there, and after he showed up in that, I was like, all right, I kind of want a show for him. I just had to say it after you.
Lobo is weird. I love Lobo. He's one of my favorite DC characters. But the same Lobo, I'm
like
very odd man out with Lobo. Everyone loves, and I love it too. I love all iterations of Lobo, but I actually like Pretty Boy Lobo. But
Yeah.
not many people like Pretty Boy Lobo. Shut up.
The Man Lobo didn't like Pretty Man Lobo. Came back from the dead just to kill him.
Am I up?
Yeah.
You done?
Mhm. Yes.
I don't know what kind of show you would make out of it. Gambit. He was the hardest one where a plot for a show
Yeah.
to
It's hard.
design.
I have an idea,
remember, Channing Tatum was going to play it for that. That's gone now.
He has a whole family and background in Louisiana that nobody really ever touches.
And you'd
on.
have to throw Rogue in there just because you could.
Hey.
As a teaser?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, tease.
But you throw
Shut up,
Rogue
Dean.
in it.
I just,
It's definitely a tease for you.
it's just hard to say, can you get multiple seasons out of that kind of show?
True. You're talking more for
No, because
are you
by-
talking more for a series
By season 2 or 3,
or whatever
Well,
you can get?
if it's only a one season show, then it's basically a movie. That's the argument I'm against or for.
Yeah.
If you can't get more than one season out of it, is it basically just a movie at that point?
Right. Exactly.
anything Gambit if you were going to do a seasons, by season 2 he'd already be interacting with X-Men.
Yeah.
And
There's-
actually, I think he interacts with the Brotherhood first.
Depending on what mythos you're in,
Yeah.
because he's technically straight X-Men for the X-Men 97 or basically 96 TV show we're at.
97, yeah.
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 He was already an X-Men at that point, so.
Yep.
Yeah.
They hit us with the whole
I
fucking
want
team.
some Remy LeBeau.
It'd be cool. I mean, he appeared in Origins, but no one wants to talk about that
No.
ever. That'd
Sorry, Taylor.
It wasn't horrible.
No. Do I owe you money? I'm sorry I can quote so many movies. It's so fucking easy. But no, I'd like to see some. I want to see a live action Gambit. Oh, an actual live.
His
action
powers is cool. I want to see him throw them cards.
He can make anything explode.
Gambit. Yeah.
I like the cards. There's something flashy about the
He
cards.
just has to imbue power in it. Like, my favorite thing is
Okay,
when he
Jimmy
uses
Woo.
his bow staff to hit the fucking ground and
I just need to see a Gambit and Jimmy Woo. I just need to see it.
that would be interesting as fuck because there's a lot of Asians down south.
I know. I just need to see that interaction. That's all I need.
I'm just surprised he didn't call it the. I like the cards. It's flashy. Or it's flash.
You talking about magic? You got me.
It's gotta be flashy.
Yep.
My cards don't hide; they explode. You're up.
I only have to say 2 words. Treasure Planet. Live action.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with
I've
it.
been wanting this, and I don't care if I say this as well. Atlantis.
That'd be cool.
Those
you're gonna-
two
you-
fucking movies.
You want to take that as another point, or
Sure, I don't care.
okay?
They're a part of the same fucking thing.
I want them both too. I'm not arguing.
Atlantis is the most criminally underrated Disney movie.
But stop at 1. Only make the one Atlantis
Yeah, I
movie.
don't need to make 2. That was poop.
Not arguing.
Blunt. That was poop.
Treasure Planet, if you wanted to do a spin-off or something, that's fine.
Sometimes me and him have discontent with sequels, but we're just
Why is
totally
it-
in agreement there. No, don't
What?
do 2.
No. What? Why is it my first thought for live action Treasure Planet? Why do I picture what's the main character's name? Anyway,
Names is not my thing. Wiki man?
Hawkins.
Hawkins.
Yeah.
Are you...
Hawkins.
It's not Virgil this time.
James
James
Hawkins.
Hawkins. Yes.
James Pleiades Hawkins. That's all it took. It needed his mom saying it in my brain, yelling at him.
Yelling at...
It's hard to pick because he has a ponytail, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's kind of got like this, cut...
He's got the
almost
cut
a
in
bull
front
cut up
and then
front
the
here, and then the ponytail wrapped in the back.
My first thought for somebody playing him was Taron Egerton, Kingsman.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Just need a bit...
Yep.
Don't we want to go
But
with
he's
someone
short,
a
but
little
he's-
younger?
Yeah, playing a teenager, sure, but he was the first. As we're discussing it, he was the first person. Like
jump in
I
your head?
see it.
Yeah.
It's just the ponytail is always going to be the weird
No,
part.
shut up. I was about to...
Live action ponytail on a guy is always going to look weird.
Oh, God.
Works in an anime.
Pirates.
Yeah.
Just shut up, D.
What?
I was going to say, just pray to God Sony don't make it, because you know who they'll cast.
Tom.
My first thought, he's not overweight anymore, but what's his name from Roseanne is the pirate.
John Goodman?
John Goodman is the bad pirate. He's not that overweight anymore, though. But he would have been that would have been an interesting one.
Him in another Disney movie as the fatherly figure would have been hilarious.
Yeah. There's so many different dorky actors, but
Because he's still blue to me.
Atlantis would be weird to cast. But I have ideas.
Hey, it's still got one of my favorite Disney princesses.
Would be weird.
Kida.
Kida.
Huh?
It's the floor's to you.
Oh, my next one is this. This was already foreshadowed, but I don't know if it's ever what. Mighty Thor solo film. I want Jane again, but her movie. Thor:
maybe-
Love and Thunder is so
You
divisive.
could maybe get a series.
But I love Natalie Portman as Mighty Thor. I did. I adored that. And I would love to see more. I know she's, spoiler, dead, but there's a storyline where she escapes as Valhalla, so it could happen. Okay, I want to see.
If you're doing it from that point on, you can make the series. There just wasn't enough time between creating her in the MCU to do an MCU version
All right.
outside of breaking out of
What
Valhalla.
if?
Are you saying it'd be hard to justify a movie for her?
Yes.
In a way? Okay. I understand. Like I said,
If it's a non-MCU version, sure. There's other things you can do with the character, obviously.
I just think if Chris Hemsworth really wants to leave, I think you could get Portman back, and she could be Mighty Thor. I think it could work. You could get used to her and shit. I Love and Thunder, as divisive as it was with people, I enjoyed the hell out of it. But I love Natalie Portman as Mighty. I know they kind of bring her back to redeem her character and kind of fix the franchise a little bit. And give Jane her spotlight again, because she sucked in Dark World and was not even in Ragnarok. So they kind of bring her back to redeem. I understand that, but I think it'd be cool and it'd be a different change of pace. I'll watch a Mighty Thor solo film over another, which I'm going to have to sit through, Captain Marvel. I don't like Captain Marvel. I know this turns into a Captain Marvel hate show all the fucking time, but I no, Mighty Thor. I want to see it.
All right.
Okay.
This is going to be funny in a few minutes here, but this is the one I added today. Taking off something. Red Dead Redemption.
Ew. Ooh.
I'd watch a Red Dead Redemption movie
Yes, I would.
just to get rid of all the side quests.
I'm surprised there hasn't been talk of one yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Jack Black's talking about it, so that's the video game he wants as a movie. That just came out. That's what triggered this for mine. It's like, yes, I'd watch this movie. I'd watch that. Though I'll have a joke for my next one, but we're skipping Jay, so it's to Dean.
We're skipping?
Because he already gave two. He gave two last time around for Treasure Planet and Atlantis.
Oh, my next one is I have a adaptation of it, but I want a live action because I think it'd be one of the best things. A Dark Knight Returns live action movie. It is my favorite DC animated film by far. By leaps and not any of them animated would get me in the feels and just epic story and plot like that one does, and I would love to see that in live action. It would just, oh my god, I can't. It's great. It's phenomenal. I love how, and this is of course going to come up, I have never seen Joker and Batman's relationship portrayed so well that I do in that. In the story, Batman's been gone for years and years, and gangs have taken over. Superman's the government lapdog, literally. And Joker's in Arkham, but he's catatonic. He's alive, but he has no reason to do anything because Batman's not there. And the second Batman is back, Joker wakes up again. Their relationship is portrayed so fucking well in that I get emotional. That's tears how perfection that fucking is. It's fucking great, and I would love to see it live action wise. Will I ever? I highly doubt it. But I think it'd be great for like DC's
Probably
doing
not in the manner that you want it to be.
What? What do you mean?
Just not in the manner that you want it to be.
Not the perfection that
Yeah,
I
no.
expect.
Yeah.
No, because you can't top. I don't think a live action could top the perfection of the animated. But I just would like to see it and see how they do it, and who you could get to play a old Batman would be really cool. Michael Keaton. Get shit.
I'd watch it.
That's where you could put that's where, and then casting Joker. But remember, Joker's only in one part of it. There's a whole other part to that because that is one of the
If you need an older Joker, we've already fan casted William Dafoe. as
Willem
it.
Dafoe in the oh boy.
If you needed an old one, what I said, I would love to see William Dafoe do a Batman Who Laughs. Batman Who Laughs is one of my honorable mentions.
Yes, that's one I'll 100% agree with because I need that. I need Batman. I didn't want to put it on mine because I've talked about Batman Who Laughs in plenty of episodes. I was like, I'm going to save that one and I'm happy you brought it up because that way it can be a jumping point for me to comment on that. But I think it'd be really cool to see.
So the joke I didn't realize I made was, so my last one was Red Dead Redemption. My next one was Red Hood.
Yeah.
Just following with the red theme here.
A Robin that just is like.
I'm following you up on that one.
We've really never seen another live action Robin. We've seen Grace.
Well, no, the only Robins we've gotten more Robins in DC Titans than we've gotten anywhere else.
And I have a love-hate with that show sometimes. There's times it can be really good, then there's times that shit can make me cringe.
I want Red Hood, and we're just skipping over him for the next Batman because we're getting Damian Wayne over any of the other Robins. We're skipping Red Hood, and it hurts.
See, I like the fact that I like this because we can come up, even if they're not on our list now, we can bring up stuff. Like, I want to see Battle for the Cowls, one of my favorite Batman stories, because I don't know why he knew that was coming. He must know my brain. But I like when all the Robins are fighting over who's going to be Batman. Because that takes
Which is what we thought the DC Knights video game was going to be.
It takes place after Batman R.I.P., where people think Batman's dead. But in reality, Darkseid just sent him back in time. And Bruce has got to fight his way back through time.
Go ahead.
I wanted a live-action Nightwing movie so they could properly lead
Nightwing's
into
one of my honorable mentions.
Brave and the Bold. Because if you have a Nightwing movie, you can definitely have mentions of Batgirl, which I'm still sad that that's in the vault some fucking where. And
I don't even know if that's even in a vault. That might be destroyed at this point. But
Red Hood.
They used whatever fire they used on set from Firefly and burned it.
That'd be really sad. That would be.
Nightwing was one of our honorable mentions, but I didn't want to delve into that because he basically came in Titans, so it's like...
Right.
Even if it's not something I owe him...
I had a lot
of
those too. I had a lot of those too.
Him and Starfire... Huh.
I mean, that's where I was going with Red Hood. I'd love Red Hood and the Outlaws.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking perfect, because then we can get what the fuck is his name?
Arsenal,
yes.
Arsenal.
No, I was thinking of the guy who can turn into different elements.
I don't remember.
He's got like purple skin and...
I don't remember.
Parasite? No.
Not Parasite.
Element Man. I don't know.
We'll just call him Element Man.
He can turn into a gas. He can turn into stone. He's part of the Outlaws.
I didn't delve too far into that. I only got...
One of my favorite things I'd love to see... Here I go again. From Red Hood and the Outlaws would be Artemis. It's a big, tall woman. That's basically a more savage and improper Wonder Woman in a way. Because Wonder Woman's very proper.
Oh, you're next.
Oh.
Oh, fuck, I forgot. Bizarro's a part of that damn team.
Oh, God.
Are we skipping? Or...
No, Nightwing.
Oh, okay. Okay. I see. Okay, I see.
He mentioned the Outlaws, and Bizarro's
Now,
on
my
that team.
next one is a big one. This is a big one. This is the first time Star Wars comes up. I kind of called it Jedi side stories. I want even Clone Wars and all that. I'm not satisfied with I'm not just talking about Plo Koon. There's a plenty of Jedi that I want more time with. I wish they do like a side. I'd like live action, but I
kind of what they did with this most recent one, where you got a little bit more Ahsoka and Yaddle.
Yeah, where you seen Yaddle.
Yeah,
that was kind of similar to that. But I'd love live action is more of the wish list, but animated would be fine. But I want to see like a 45-minute to maybe an hour, maybe a two-parter if it's a bigger little side story of like Plo Koon during the Clone Wars live action, Ki-Adi-Mundi, or Shaak Ti. Some of these other Jedis that don't get as much screen time. I'd love to see them in live action. Even in the fucking, you don't see these Jedi fight hardly.
I'd love
except for like Windu and Yoda and shit.
Kit Fisto, you got
Kit Fisto, yes, like that. I knew this one would be a good discussion. I knew Matt would be I agree with. I like that one.
We're through 5 of mine, and I've got 2 Star Wars still to go.
But Jedi, like a Jedi side, like I said, maybe 45 minutes to an hour or two, like a special about him, I think would be really, really cool.
And what's his name?
Metamorpho.
Yep, that's it. Now I'm with Yep.
So fucking on the tongue, I didn't even have it.
I'm curious. Jay hasn't commented much on Jedi side stories.
He was too busy.
I was trying to figure out the goddamn name. It was bugging me.
Well, my point was, a 45-minute to an hour special like season of shows that dedicate like a Jedi you don't see as much live action adventure, like a Kiandi Mundi episode or a
Jedi and Sith.
Plo Koon episode.
Yeah, you could do a Sith spin-off too.
Sith do. Sith.
That'd be a lot harder because there's so few of them. And
Well,
you
it's
need...
not like the Rule of Two actually means anything anymore.
But
Not
again,
anymore.
that's kind of because, like I said, Plo Koon got a lot of screen time in Clone Wars. But again, I'd like to see him live action. Darth Maul got a. You've seen Darth Maul a lot. Darth Maul would be a
We've
good one.
completed his storyline.
Darth Maul's story.
Have we?
Have.
Have we? He's their character they like to go to whenever they need to explain something.
Just because he knew everything in the background?
Yes. He is the back.
Yeah,
He is the background character.
Like, I can't say Ahsoka.
How can you call him a background character?
They just throw him in. It's like, oh, why is this happening? Oh, Darth Maul did it. And I love the character.
Okay. I'll take that point thanks to Solo.
I mean,
It's not even just that.
Ahsoka's getting her own show, so Ahsoka don't need nothing. Ahsoka's got plenty shit. But I've actually pretty much said the whole I've mentioned a lot of the Jedis I think would be great for that. Here, to give Ayla Secure an episode, you get all the fucking horny fucks watching that. Me included. But yeah, there you go, some Jedi side stories. I take it.
Luminara.
Yes, you can do like not necessarily a Clone Wars episode, like an episode where we're trying to hunt down a Sith or some Sith. Or you can even create one. I don't care. Just give me something cool with some lightsaber duels and some of the feats that they're using. Like I want to see Plo Koon do Force lightning. He's the only Jedi that can. I want to see it, and I'll never fucking see it. Fucking bullshit.
Eye on the clock.
Yep.
Elder Scrolls.
Ooh. Like
There's
a
so
series
much-
or a movie.
There's so much. It doesn't even matter. There's so much mythos from all of those games. You can make whatever movie show you wanted. There's enough mythos to explain. I don't even need to delve into it. It's enough of the. You play enough of the story. It's just give us dragons, more dragons.
Give us dragons. Give us dragons. Give us dragons. Yep.
Whoosh! Fusroda!
Foos, foos.
Not gonna delve much into that, but go ahead.
God damn.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
They can't see that. That's the sad thing about not recording. I'm just pushing my hands because he went foos foos.
Okay,
Do you know what character it is?
That's Eden Zero. That's an anime manga. It's funny. I used to hate Masoy, but whatever. Okay, next.
Gargoyles.
Live action?
Yes.
I would gotta say
I'll do
live
it.
action?
I want it as a movie, though.
A movie, not a series. Yeah, series we kind of
That's fun. You get
Because
more
if
out
you
of
create,
the series.
no, here's the thing. It'll be just like the cartoon where you create the movie first and then you get the series.
I guess.
That movie will kick off everyone's interest, and then you get the series. And Disney is very good at doing shit like that. Mm-hmm. Hey, this makes us money. Let's create more. Not to mention toy lines and shit like that. Come on,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
get Keith David in there to voice Goliath
Is it a
again.
Disney show?
Yes. Toon Disney.
Go ahead, Disney.
Same thing with Bonkers. That's not the part of it. That's just Darkwing Duck.
Man. My turn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my. This one will take a little bit of explaining, but this is the first, like, comic book story I want to see adapted. And it's a story that a lot of people fucking hate, but I fucking love. I want to see a Spider-Man One More Day movie. Explaining what One More Day is. That is when, after Civil War, when Spider-Man reveals his identity and Kingpin knows who he is, Kingpin orders a hit on Aunt May from prison. And Aunt May gets shot and she's going to die. And at this point, Peter's married to Mary Jane. Mephisto offers him a deal to, I will save Aunt May, but you have to give me what's most important to you, your marriage, in exchange for saving Aunt May. And this One More Day is just the title for Peter's last day he spends with MJ before Mephisto pretty much snaps, it's a Thanos joke, and makes Peter not with MJ anymore. And that starts Brand New Day, which is a very good Spider-Man run, but I want to see it because it's one of the shows more emotional spectrum to Peter. One of the best, how much he loves MJ, but Aunt May love, in a way, trumps even MJ. And I think people need to understand that. Because everyone's like, oh, Peter is, I don't know. I think it'd be a good
It's
movie.
his lifeline.
Yep. It is kind of his moral
That's what they were
compass.
trying to do with this.
There's been hints of it in places. I mean, you could make the case No Way Home kind of.
That's the feel they were trying to get you to by sacrificing.
Just no Mephisto.
Just
Yeah, Doctor Strange is Mephisto in this scenario.
but and again, that's a story that is
No tentacles, otherwise I'll buy it. Wrong Strange.
And again, it's a story that is a lot of people do not like because people love Happy Peter and MJ together and shit. I love it too. It's my favorite couple in comics by far. But it's Spider-Man is not meant to have the full happy life. He never was meant to have that. So it not his character to have the full happy life. He always what makes him so lovable to people is he always struggles, but he always maintains his happy demeanor unless he's mad, which happens. But I don't know. I think it'd be good
Rarely.
potential for a movie. Okay, that's good.
My last character one, Beta Ray Bill.
Yeah,
Still waiting.
still
Got
wait.
teased.
Still waiting on a Beta Ray Bill. I made a damn D&D character based off of him. I want some Beta Ray Bill.
I'm not gonna. It's a Thor. It's basically. I love it. And again, you got an Easter egg. And
I'll take a special presentation
What
of Beta
Easter
Ray.
egg? Wasn't it a statue?
Yeah, he's one of the faces on the Champions.
Yeah. It's like that's better, Ray Bill.
That's all I need. I need some Beta Ray Bill in my life. I'll take a special presentation.
Especially.
He can interact
We
with
already
you.
have his weapon.
Yeah.
And he's not going to get. Go ahead. Dreadnought.
Dreadnought. I love how we switched from calling us pseudo names.
It's my job. It's my job.
to name
Giving it both. I'm doing both.
What number are we in?
We got 4 left.
We've got
Yeah.
4 left.
Yeah.
4 left.
You've
You were
got 4
doing
left.
good for a second.
Yeah, I was.
Now you're like, God, now
My
I'm.
brain
This is why I wanted them written
lost
out.
the juices.
It was working for a second, but I knew we'd hit this wall eventually. We can always kind of skip
Where did the
you, and
orange
then
juice
you're.
come from?
It's been in there forever. It's
a toy.
Orange juice carton is
It's a toy.
It's a toy.
Yes.
It's a toy. It's a toy.
Children.
Yeah.
I gotta really.
I thought orange
I gotta-
juice gave you an idea. I was
Yes,
like,
it
orange
did.
juice?
It did.
It's a really fucked up idea. You remember the movie
Oh my God, it did.
Sausage Party?
Yeah. Oh
you.
no. Yes.
Adult toys.
I'm fucking.
I'm
done.
out. I'm out.
Come on. I'd go see it.
Yeah, you would.
I'd go see it. I'd probably die laughing, but I'd go see it. I'm done.
They damn near did it in Sausage Party. With
Pun
the
intended.
douche. No, they actually did do it. in Sausage-
Pun intended.
Oh God.
Skip. Go.
Alright.
I don't want to talk about this one anymore.
Well, my next one's
I got
kind
Start
of
a joke
thinking.
out there.
Start thinking.
My next one is a game one again, but and again, I said it wasn't going to creep in my list, but it made sense. I've been wanting one forever. Jay will know. I truly want. We've had them, but I truly want the ultimate anime fighting game. I have never been satisfied with anime fighting games.
Fuck Jump.
Most recent one we had was that Jump one. What was it called?
Shonen Jump Fighter, whatever.
Shonen Jump. No, it wasn't All Stars. All Stars is a game, but it was like Jump Guide. That is bothering me. It just came out.
I own it.
No,
I thought it was Jump Fighters or something.
I'm
It's
like,
literally called Jump, I believe.
I mean, was it? I'm fucking Jump Force,
Jump Force.
It was
there.
Jump Force.
It was Jump something.
and it sucked. The roster
It was
was
so
okay,
goddamn
but they
repetitive.
fucking made it. It's 3v3. When one of your characters knocked out, you're done.
So
that was stupid. I hated that, and I am never satisfied with roster. I want like them to all come together and like just give me a good roster. Give me like the mains from One Piece, Bleach.
No, this one, Jump Force was the one-on-one. You're thinking about the one before that.
I'm thinking of all of them. I'm thinking of none
Jump
of them
Force,
has satisfied.
Jump Force, you were actually able to create a character that used things from all the universes, including their powers and shit.
I just want my main thing is rosters. These rosters never anime games I'm iffy with anyway because they never truly satisfy me. But I want like I want them to just spend a few years on one big ass Shonen Jump game that has such a great roster. I'm talking like 10 to 15 characters from One Piece, 10 to 15 from Bleach, and 10 to 15 from Naruto and all the other series that are combat based, and like give them a good intricate fighting system and shit. And then just think of all the fucking bullshit power scale is you can pick Kenpachi from motherfucking from Bleach and have him fight.
That was almost a fuck you to himself right there.
Oh god.
Just create a trading card system the way that they do the Justice League video game at fucking game stores.
Yeah.
Or just,
We have to collect.
And you could put create in there.
collect cards in order to create a character.
Yeah.
And
You could put create in there, true. You could put create in there also. But like I said, it's mainly roster. That's my issue with most fighting games. They always release these rosters with like 20 fucking characters, and I'm like, then they
do
get
like,
you with
they
DLC.
do like 10 and it just hits you with DLC season. This season of DLC, and then they, yeah.
It's like, enough, man. But yeah, that one, I was like, I really do want that, so I'm going to put that in there. Okay, that one's done.
So I got 2 Star Wars ones in my top 3, so here's the first one of those that I know I'm never going to get. Jedi versus Mandalorians.
That's different, but yes, okay.
That's an entire arc of history in Star Wars was the Jedi war against the Mandalorians.
And it just... And
I'm never going to get it, and I'm never going to be happy even if they did.
This is before the Empire comes in and thrashes their planet?
Yep.
man,
Mandalore got a little too big for the britches, and the Jedi had to step in to do it, and it just was one of the bloodiest and biggest battle arcs in Star Wars.
Never even mentioned.
They're not going to.
I love it. Everybody depicts these, and I love the Jedi and Sith. Everyone depicts them. They get depicted a lot of these unbeatable beings and shit. But it's like, I mean, a Mandalorian can kill a Jedi. Shit, battle droids can kill a Jedi.
Not in this current show.
Nope.
Sorry, I had to just to get a.
Never gonna get it. Same with Jedi Academy that they're going to basically do with the new Star Wars announcements with Rey, and I'm going to hate every minute of it because it's not going to be anywhere near what it needs to be.
I'm going to hate every minute.
They're going to do a Jedi Academy.
That's what Rey's restarting the Jedi Academy.
Oh, she doesn't even know what the fuck she's doing.
Exactly. This makes no fucking sense. Despite it being 10 years...
creating it all in the fucking fly.
It's 10 years...
It's not like she's got holocrons just lying around to teach her shit.
No, because Luke and Yoda destroyed them all.
The only thing, and this is joking, the only thing I could see that'd be a positive from that Jedi Academy, if I see a goddamn Keldor, I'm going to call him Mini Coon.
But there's a whole Jedi Academy book series
it's Mini Blow.
There's a whole Jedi one that they can't use because guess who 2 of the main characters are? Han and Leia's kids that don't exist.
Darth Caedus.
I still hate that.
Yep.
I really.
The Darth Caedus storyline was fucking shoehorned in the fucking Rise of Skywalker. I always tell people this, and they've never read Star Wars books, but you realize they ripped that whole story, right? They did. Yes. Kind of in a way with Ben. Jesus.
They did. They found the story, did it worse.
Yeah. Let's do this.
Which is why I'm kind of disappointed in because all of Filoni's stuff is heir to the Empire. That's what they teased with Thrawn. They even said it in the goddamn trailer.
Yeah.
It's heir to the Empire, and it's not going to be anywhere because guess who the 2 of the main characters are in there? Jason and Jaina Solo.
In Ahsoka?
Is he going to retcon it so that now we're
it's Jason, Jaina Solo, and clone of Luke, and guess who's going to get cloned in this one? It's going to be fucking Baby Yoda. That's what they've been teasing all through Mandalorian.
I'm crying.
Oh, God.
I don't like any of that.
Yep. Next.
None of us has said one, and I hope it's not out there yet. At least I haven't seen one. A Lombardi movie. What? Sports.
Vince Lombardi? Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'm not going to hate on it, but that was kind of a
That's not where I was expecting.
That was a left
to go.
turn from the comic nerd stuff.
That was a U-turn.
Like,
and I'm still.
I'm the one who does that.
That was a U-turn, and I still feel the whiplash.
Like, what? Us.
I think it'd make a great movie.
I'm not hearing that. You're just completely out of left field.
Cast Tom Holland as Vince Lombardi.
How the fuck?
He's that ain't gonna work.
I know.
He's not Boston enough.
You get Mark Wahlberg in there before you get. You can see it.
I can see Mark Wahlberg and it hurts.
You can see it, can't you? Especially with those big ass glasses.
It's got to be somewhere between Boston and Italian, and I don't know if that's enough. Mark
cast
Wahlberg.
the six. You got to cast the '60s Packers too in there. Oh boy. Oh god.
You gotta cast Bart.
Got to cast
Bart, Forrest, Gregg.
Yeah.
Herb Adderley, Jimmy Taylor, Paul Hornung.
Oh, Paul Horning's going to be... Oh, I got the perfect Paul Horning. So, what's his name from... You didn't watch the... You both saw Top Gun 2, right?
No.
You didn't see Top Gun 2 yet?
I did not.
Maverick. Are you talking about Miles Teller?
No, the guy with the ego.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I see it.
That's there's your Paul Horning.
I was like, you're talking about.
I'll look him up.
Okay.
Well, he would go
But
into
that-
I almost thought Ryan Gosling for a second because Ryan Gosling's a pretty. Paul Horning was always the pretty.
He's too old. He's too
Too
old.
old.
We're usually really on point with all the nerdy stuff, and I'm like, you know what? Let me get out of the park here. Lombardi movie.
And I'm gonna just say, just for shits and giggles, it's not on my list. I'm gonna say it. Shit, the Brett Favre biopic with the welfare fraud at the end.
You're gonna get the dick pic in there, don't you?
Yeah.
Glenn Powell. That's Paul Horning.
Yep, I'd see it. I'd see
Wow.
it.
I see it.
Yeah.
And oh, you go to hell for that, but I still love that you said if they made a Brett Favre biopic, they'd have to put the dick pic episode in there. Yeah, they would.
You'd want to make a cameo just for that.
I'll make the cameo. All right, anything else?
No, that's about all I got.
Okay.
I was.
Left turn.
You got
I didn't think that would
got two more
floor you
movies
as much.
You got two more movies to think of. Go
My
ahead.
next one is kind of a travesty that live action, it has never fucking happened yet and it needs to. I want Spider-Man, Venom, and Carnage in the same fucking movie. I want to see Spider-Man and Venom team up to fight Carnage. I am sick of this bullshit. Why will you not give me this? Why is it so hard? I get it. Sony and Marvel, I get it. But I'm like, can you
Tease
just
all his
fucking...
kids, but get nothing out of it.
You got Carnage appearing in the Venom movies and shit. I'm just sitting there like, can they just fucking appear in the Spider-Man movie, please? Can you just let Andrew please? It's not that hard.
What?
Let's let Andrew fucking be the Spider-Man in Venom's verse and Carnage is still alive and boom, there you go. Just please, God, how is this not... I put that on there thinking, how has this
need
not
that.
happened?
I'll wait.
How has this not happened? Like, what
I don't
the
know,
fuck?
actually, because it makes too much damn sense.
Probably.
Who doesn't want to see Spider-Man and Venom fight? And then they got to team up to fight Carnage. And their banter is great the whole time. They really don't like each other that much.
Sorry, Godzilla. Let them fight.
So I don't
I
know.
still don't know what's happening in that one.
We don't need to know.
I like how there was a surprise. They're like, yeah, that's never fucking... We've never seen fucking... That didn't need much explaining. I just can't believe that hasn't
Well,
happened yet.
this one doesn't need much explaining either. God of War.
Ooh.
How much God of War mythos can you do?
Yeah. Not done by Sony, please. Someone else. Whenever I say not done by Sony, because you know who they're going to fucking cast. That's always my joke when I say not done by Sony, please.
Yeah, but you love him.
I can't see him as Crow Jesus.
No, but you can see him as Atreus.
I could, sadly.
I'd say the perfect...
You know what would be...
But by the time we get to Atreus, you don't need him anymore.
Hemsworth just get a big beard brown. What? Look at it. He's like, I'm thinking about
Well,
it.
it's ironically based on body type. The two best ones are fucking Batista and Vin Diesel.
No, I don't need Vin Diesel.
No, I'm just saying those. I'm saying body types. I'm not saying actors personality-wise. I'm saying
Could
those.
you imagine the first 10 minutes
with
if
his daddy gut.
You imagine the first 10 minutes if Vin Diesel played Kratos and Tom Holland played the first 10 minutes. Atreus, I want to tell you the most important thing in life: family.
That's what I need. Could you fucking imagine Kratos saying that?
Oh God, I'm sorry,
I
people.
killed my family.
No, you know who Hemsworth is playing in that movie? You know who he's playing? Zeus.
Oh boy.
No, just flip it on its head and say, yeah, you're playing Thor.
Oh, I can't escape this role. But you gotta be chubby. You gotta bring back.
Problem is, if you're gonna do,
You gotta bring back Bro Thor.
he'll be too. Dad bod Thor?
Yep.
No, it's Lebowski Thor. Get it right.
Lebowski Thor.
It's Lebowski Thor.
Oh no.
He'd be a hell of a lot older by the time they got to it, though,
Oh no, not the big.
because they got to get through all of the Grease stuff before you can go into.
Why did you? Speaking of.
Grease.
Oh my God.
Are you talking about that TV show on Paramount now? Oh.
It's not 11:20. It's not fucking.
Greece as in Kratos Greece.
Oh,
The country Greece.
It's
You
not
dumbass.
Sunday.
You dumbass.
It's not Sunday yet. I thought I could get by with it. And fuck.
How did you go to Grease and Hairspray show over the country when we're talking about Kratos? Where is your brain?
You said Hemsworth. I'm thinking, pretty boy. What's going on here? There, I don't know what's.
I'm more so
I didn't-
concerned that we always do these podcasts on the Shabbos. He said it. It's his fault. He said Big Lebowski.
It's still Saturday.
It's still Saturday. Yes, God of War. Next.
Oh, no.
There's so much with that show.
No.
Why not just do something
You
with
brought up Godzilla.
Here we go.
Of course I
yes,
did.
here
So-
it comes. Hey, got him an idea.
I want a proper Americanized Ultraman.
I thought you were going to say Godzilla vs. Destroyer, but okay.
No,
Like, I want that-
I hope we get there because we actually got the freaking air bomb.
I just like Destroyer because he's the fucking, I'm from space and I'm stronger than you, fuck you. That's literally, I'm from space.
But what we did with Godzilla for America, I want them to do the same thing with Ultraman. Hell, we already had... America loves the Power Rangers already. Just make them fucking Godzilla size.
the franchise that won't die.
Go.
Oh, sorry, that's Pokemon too. Sorry.
Go. That will never die because kids will always love Pokemon and little cuddly things that fight.
When there are kids in their 30s still buying the games and cards and stuff.
Yeah, big kids. Big kids.
Hey, I buy the games.
Half of them still. What do you mean? We know a guy that freaking buys the games and plays them like
Bets on 'em.
on it and bets on them. For God's sake!
Now we need to bring them in the show.
I said we don't have anything in July.
for the anime episode. But I mean, no, it was something. I'm pissed. It was something. Oh, Godzilla related. Yes. I'm one of them weird people that loved Godzilla 2000 with Matthew Broderick when he was in America.
You're
I
not the
love
only
that
one.
movie.
I
I
loved it.
loved it, and everyone hates it. All
You know
the
what?
the true Godzilla fans hate that fucking movie. And I'm like, Godzilla was an iguana. I don't give a shit. He looked cool. I like tall, skinny
It spawned
Godzilla.
an amazing fucking cartoon. I watched that from start to finish, and I wanted.
The only
to
bad
have
thing
more.
about that Godzilla movie is because he technically didn't have a blast breath.
Yeah, and again, people didn't like that he was pretty much a big iguana.
Yeah.
The next gen did. They fixed that in the cartoon.
Yeah. But it took an entire cartoon to do it.
They didn't
And
let them do what they wanted
this
to.
is
They wanted
totally
to
a
create a
joke.
franchise.
Totally a joke, but when will a live action Godzilla give me Godzuki? God damn it.
They're never going to give you that
Godzilla.
chubby
And
dino
Godzu-
baby again.
That fucking jingle needs to leave my head. What the fuck cartoon was that? Godzilla and Godzuki.
From the fucking 70s. It was on Hanna-Barbera.
They just had to kill my. You'll never see Godzuki. I'm sorry.
No, you will not see a live-action Godzuki.
Oh no.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good because the next one's gonna
That's
be.
not even that's not even his thing. This was off of mine. So what is yours?
No, Godzilla was his.
No, it
No,
was
the-
no. I just like I said. That's why
He
I
was-
like this because
he
we
was-
can kind of
He was
piggyback
riffing
off.
off of mine.
Oh.
We can have kind of.
So what's your...
No,
Two?
Godzuki was not on my list. Good God.
Yeah,
That's
I'd be surprised if it was
Godzilla
on-
made number 2.
Godzuki made number 2.
No, my number 2 is I'm surprised people have not necessarily said. There's not really numbers here. My next one is I'm surprised it ain't been said yet, but it is very important. It's Star Wars Old Republic movies.
No,
Please.
I was leaving that one
God,
for you.
please.
You left
God,
that one for him?
I want live action.
I'm also not as detailed for Old Republic as he is, so I was leaving that one.
I want live action Revan. I want live action
Well,
Darth Malik. I want some of the best Star Wars lore is Old Republic.
You're not getting Old Republic, but you're getting Dawn of the Jedi. That's one of the movies that's coming.
But there is so much rich lore and history. Some of Star Wars' best stuff to me is Old Republic. Revan's story is phenomenal. One of who might appear on my top 10 Star Wars characters list future. Who knows? Maybe that's a spoiler. But the Jedi that walk light and dark and kind of had balance in the Force. One of the few and only one that really did that.
Talking about the gray?
Yes, that gray area. It was cool. Darth Malik, his fights with Revan would be great to see. Darth Bane, so many. It just there's so many stories there that are rich, and now
I know you're not alone out there.
now Disney says fuck you to those by calling them legends, and I say fuck. Oh, I hate that.
Oh, that
How
was-
do you call someone a best canon
think
in
they did
Star
us with
Wars
Jace?
legend? Oh,
Huh?
and I'm gonna say I'm
One of
gonna
my
put,
fucking favorite characters, and he got sidelined for Ben.
yeah, Ben.
Which still makes no sense in any lore whatsoever. Leia would not name
Ben and Ray.
Darth Nihilus. is
Rey
another-
Mysterio. What?
Mysterio?
Well, not though.
Darth Nihilus, another great Sith that you could use in there. The origins of Jedi, the origins of the Sith. There's so much crap. You
I-
can,
A little side note. Didn't Filoni
I'm fully a for
Was it
side
Filoni
note to
that
this one, 'cause
said,
this is a big one.
creating a show or something that was the origin of the Force or some shit?
I don't know anymore.
You don't know anymore?
I don't know about
You're
that
just
one.
that fed up with what's going on now?
Yeah, because I'm gonna shit on your idea.
I'd have
unfortunately.
Oh, all right.
No.
'Cause
And
I'm shitting on your idea and my number one. So
the perfect, and here it comes. I've said this before, but the perfect cast to me for Darth Revan is Keanu Reeves. I have said it.
it's fine.
I have said it. I don't care. I've said it. Okay, here we go.
Well,
I could have went on for that one, but I want to.
you know the Leia naming your kid Ben makes even less sense off of the Obi-Wan show. Why would she have called her kid Ben? Literally met Obi-Wan as a child.
What would she have called him, Obi?
Obi?
No, it just made she literally called the
Juan.
third the third kid is
Juan.
named Anakin. Their third kid is named Anakin.
Yeah.
That made sense. She was never going to call her kid Ben because she never called Obi-Wan Ben. Fucking idiots.
Again, that's why we're not in a Disney writing room. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, my number one is Star Wars Rogue Squadron. It's a book series.
Didn't they make a game out of that?
Yeah, it's a game. But they're never. As I said, as I'm shitting on your idea, it's an existing lore with all that stuff. I will not be happy with whatever they do with it, even though they were supposed to be making a show out of it with Patty Jenkins. That's got canceled already.
Are you saying they could never make Old Republic as good as a movie about it? as
Yes,
good
because
as
they're
the
just going to
lore
butcher.
was?
Because they're going to butcher the lore
Butcher.
to fit their needs.
In a way, I can understand because as much as Revan is one of my favorite characters, they probably would butcher him so bad. Even if Keanu played him, could Keanu save the role? I go off of that because I've seen a lot of fan art and fan casts where Keanu as Revan. It looks great because if you look at what Revan looked like in the Old Republic games, he looks like Keanu Reeves. And speaking of, I didn't need to put that on my list because Old Republic games coming back. Yes.
Rogue Squadron has the book series. I loved every minute of it. They'd have to recast Wedge Antilles, and if they don't even use Wedge Antilles, it's not Rogue Squadron. That's part of what concerns me with anything that Disney's going to do with Star Wars at this point.
No, but there's no concrete really plan for what their plan is with Star. I mean, when does Mandalorian takes place after Return of Jedi, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's between Return of the Jedi
And
and
the
Force
sequel?
Awakens.
Okay.
All of this heir to the
There's not
Empire.
a whole lot of room in between there.
This is going to be the problem with the show. They're doing all of the heir to the Empire shit in between Force Awakens and Return of the Jedi, and apparently still the Republic never fucking learns. Thrawn is going to come back and fuck with how much shit in between, but no, we're still going to let the First Order come into power.
In a way, when you think
Ugh.
about it, because when does Ahsoka take place?
Roughly going to be the same time as what Mandalorian is right now.
Holy shit! When Matt says that shit out loud, I'm just like, oh my god. First Order, fuck the thought. First Order time. Oh boy, yeah, there's a lot.
Well, like I said, it's not going to make sense. How would they not have attacked or dealt with the First Order after what Thrawn is going to do?
Right. Like, yeah, there's.
Setting up clones, setting up.
It's a clusterfuck, and they're already failing to keep hold of Mandalorian. What are they going to do with this movie?
I mean, I think Star Wars actually it kind of goes off my Jedi stories, but like movies. I think Star Wars should do a few like Elseworld type things. Not necessarily Elseworld, but like their own thing. Like how many people have wanted a movie centered on young Yoda in his prime, like learning to be a Jedi.
Oh, getting the reason why Grogu is still a little runt.
Well, to further the point, because I saw an interview with I forget his name, but the character that plays Starkiller, the actor that plays Starkiller.
Yeah.
He did an interview with Michael Rosenbaum, who's Lex Luthor from Smallville.
Yeah.
He has his own show, whatever, and he was talking about it. But as they're filming scenes or doing stuff, because Filoni had a part in the Force Unleashed video games.
Yeah.
He's saying when they're discussing scenes and talking about it, Anakin talks with his mother in one of whenever Anakin goes into a mind trance or whatever.
In the Starkiller games?
I don't know where it is, but he's talking about it in the interview. It's like Anakin talks to his mother and is telling him about his life or whatever.
Yeah.
And part of the thing is that Anakin tells him that he has a wife that killed children around the way or whatever. And the actor that plays Starkiller, after they shoot the scene, Filoni loved it, but the actor said, "We have to reshoot that." His mom met his wife. He met him in episode 1 as...
Yeah. Okay.
None of this makes... Yeah. None of these guys are keeping track of any of their lore.
See, now this is going completely off track, and he hates it when I talk about this stuff. When I was doing my comics, I had a fucking timeline written out so that I could keep track of exactly what happened, when, and where, in bullet point form. Even when it was off planet, in a different fucking universe, I had that universe set in this timeline, and when that character came from so-and-so, I would make sure that those two particular timelines and events would line up somehow.
Yeah.
That could have been a Clone Wars episode too. Now that I think about it, he could have been. I don't remember.
I think it was a Clone Wars.
Yeah, because Filoni did have parts in Clone Wars. I think just the actor, since he was doing Starkiller at that point, I think he was just in the writers' room, so that may have been it too. But
because that game actually came out right around when they were doing the.
Yeah, because it had aspects of Clone Wars in it anyway, so that makes sense.
They're going to keep doing their in-between shit, Star Wars, but I kind of think, in a way, even though it's past stuff, technically, doing some Old Republic stuff could honestly be a way to revitalize a lot of shit, to be honest, because it may do it shitty. They could, possibly, but it could revitalize and do stuff fresh, like, kind of fresh that, we ain't never seen this stuff. People will know who Revan and all them older characters are, but it'd be fresh.
What we have right now is all based off of what has been done in the past.
The only other thing I think of is, like you said, with this whole Rey Academy thing that I'm not too thrilled about, if you could start new there kind of and actually make it good. I don't have much faith in it, but, give some new good characters in there. It's like, it's all fucked up right now. Everything's, they're going this way, they're going that way. These shows are, I'm trying to think of ways you could maybe write this
Disney's best stuff has been taking stuff loosely from shows and making it their own. That has been their best stuff. We didn't have details for Clone Wars.
Yeah.
But doing an entire show off of that and giving stuff details for it, great.
Everything.
Just explaining universes in The Mandalorian worked out great. What's been bad about about Obi-Wan? I guess Andor to a degree too. It's like, this is stuff, Andor wasn't as bad because this is the stuff that we didn't know happened.
Yeah.
But still, building pieces of the Death Star was a little whatever. But we know what Obi-Wan's story is.
My slow climb.
That's why Obi-Wan turns out so bad, is because we know what Obi-Wan did. There's mythos of it.
And I understand the whole thing, too, because you pointed this out, too, and I understood it. Because I told you how much it'd probably be a top 5 Star Wars moment ever for me is honestly from Obi-Wan. I told you how much I worship the lightsaber duel with Vader. The storytelling and just their relationship, and Hayden Christensen just knocks that shit out of the park there. But at the same time,
totally redeeming himself.
I never hated Hayden Christensen. I never did.
No, but, everybody understood his character at that point.
When you think about it, because you bring this up in New Hope, when Vader encounters Ben and Obi-Wan, it's like, it's hard. Now that scene is like, you guys have seen each other a few times. You fought once already. And he's like, I haven't seen you in a long time.
I haven't felt this since blank.
And it's like, you just fought. You fought in a deadly duel where you and I see his point. You're like, you told me that's the problem with that duel. It's like, what? And how how Vader's always chasing Obi-Wan, apparently. Like, oh my God, I understand your point.
So sorry we got off to a Star Wars teaser, but look forward to the next episode of which we'll record after The Mandalorian ends. We still need to get to your next
episode.
Yeah, at the end of the month.
Fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you're coming down from my birthday anyway at that point. So
Yeah.
What? We still got to get to your number ones. Save any other Star Wars talk unless we're...
I don't know if I have a number one after all
It's
that.
not as late. That's the good thing. We could do, but you're right. We had to at least pause some of that random crap. We still have one more. Star Wars comes up. It's a crapshoot. That can go. I never realized what a dark, deep hole Star Wars
We're already
is.
taking away content from that episode with that rant that we just did.
It'll come up again.
I know.
We repeat ourselves a lot for some reason. I don't know how.
Oh, so what? You got to come up with one or two more?
I got to come up with
So
one.
I guess we go to yours and Wally thinks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, mine is Justice League Dark live action from DC.
Okay.
I love
You just want
supernatural, and but I love the occult. I love the occult, and that's what Constantine and Justice League Dark deal with. I think it'd be so fucking cool, and like how Marvel did with Werewolf by Night. A Justice League Dark movie would be kind of on what?
Give you a handshake for them.
On it'd be like Werewolf by Night on like steroids, kind of. Werewolf by Night's very occult. You got Constantine, who was probably my second favorite DC characters, and I love occult, and I love his snarky banter and his positive but downness at the same time, and his alcoholism and shit. I like John as a character; he's fascinating. My horn dog for Zatanna, yes, I love Zatanna. She is one of my favorites. Etrigan.
No, we need a live action Etrigan.
What?
We need
Live
a
action Etrigan. Can you deal with the rhymes? Or how about when he's drunk and he doesn't rhyme because he's pissed off?
Swamp Thing, of course. You need a comedy god to play Deadman, because Deadman is the comedy relief of the Justice League Dark all the time. He's fucking funny. And you could have like demons and more religious type deities or stuff be villains. I think it'd be fascinating and a different change of pace for DC and shit.
You have a perfect
different
villain.
world, a different plane of existence, and these different planes of existence, heaven, hell, whatever the fuck you want.
You have a perfect villain for a movie with Trigun. Trigun.
Yes, Trigon would be actually really good for that.
Try again.
But if you're doing a series, you don't have to touch Trigun. You
And
can
shit.
do other things.
Jay would love this because I love the character too. Justice League Dark could throw in a nod to like a Lucifer or something, because even though it's Vertigo, you could throw him in there. Even though, fun fact, Constantine has literally only interacted with Lucifer like once or twice in his entire comic book history, because Lucifer's kind of off in Vertigo doing his own. It's DC, but it's not really, and it don't really.
But it's the same thing with the Dakotaverse. They're bought out.
Yep.
Vertigo is still Vertigo, but it's still DC.
Yeah, because that's what. Yeah, they're the same, but they're kind of not. It's hard to explain, but I just think there's a lot of potential there for a different change of pace. You know, I love the whole Superman beating shit out of Darkseid and all that shit, but a change of pace with spells and magic and incantations and shit. It'd be a different style of fighting too. And Zatanna, spells, Swamp Thing, the Green. Minus the show, you ain't seen a good representation of the Green in anything. And that show was hated. People hated that fucking Swamp Thing show. I
still don't understand
I'm
it.
biased because I love Swamp Thing, but people hate that fucking show. It only got one season. They're like, done. They canceled that show before it even came out.
even done.
They canceled that show before it even came out. Like, God.
3 or 4 episodes in, and they were like, "Nope, sorry."
It's like, tell me how you really freaking feel. And another thing too about Constantine, we've seen him because I think Matt Ryan plays a great Constantine, and he still even voices him on occasion in like the animated movies and shit. Hell, fun fact, you have, and this was on a live TV show which I was iffy on, but I think if they redid it, they asked Keanu Reeves a character he'd love to revisit. He said Constantine. Which that first movie thinking of it from a non-comic standpoint, it was kind of a cool movie, but it had nothing to do with comic book Constantine. Nothing.
Hell no, not even Lucifer
Nothing.
or
This motherfucker
Michael.
pulling out guns
Yeah,
and
Lucifer
shit.
in it.
But yeah, Justice League Dark. Did I give you an idea for one?
No, I was already on that track before you even said Justice League Dark, but I would love a very Vertigo themed Lucifer live action, either movie or show. Mm-hmm. Because we got the Lucifer Fox TV show, but that was very centered on the drama and
Kind of loosely inspired,
cops
maybe,
mystery
by...
thing. Very, very loose, by the way.
If we got Sandman on Netflix,
Sandman
I think
is
we
an
could get
excellent
Luc-
example
I
of
think
why
we-
we should be able to get a proper Lucifer.
Neil Gaiman.
Well, the Lucifer that showed up in
Yeah.
Sandman was probably my only issue with that show.
Yeah.
Because it left out the ability to create an actual Lucifer TV show based in the same universe.
Yep. I still think a random nod was kind of on the same. One of my I don't remember what show. I'll always forget, but I will always remember it took me off guard when it was Constantine when he's looking for like help. He goes and knocks on a door, and who fucking answers? Fucking Lucifer.
Yeah, Lux. he knocks on Lux, asks for Lucifer for help, and the
What show was that?
that was the
Legends of
Arrowverse
Tomorrow?
crossover.
Was that Legends of Tomorrow or no?
It was the Arrow.
But that was great.
What the fuck?
Elseworlds.
Not Elseworlds.
I thought it was the Elseworlds one.
No, I think it was the where they had this. Fuck me, dude. I hate when my brain does this.
My only point is I don't go what very often out loud, and I just like, oh, you got me with a cool cameo. Most of them you are spoiled and you expect them, and I was like, I didn't expect that. It's Lucifer. It's actually him too.
Infinite Earths, is that it?
Infinite Earths.
Okay.
Thank you.
Not Elseworlds.
It was
it's Infinite
right
Earth.
fucking there. No, Infinite Earths came after Elseworlds.
That fucking
And now we're getting another crossover in the current Flash where Stephen Amell is coming back.
I know.
yeah.
I don't know what's going on. It's supposedly going to be shown in the next episode, so I have to wait till Wednesday, Thursday. I don't know. They keep changing the fucking day on me.
That brings up a kind of a random point, just because you said it. I'm like, you know what? When I think about it, yes, I've brought this up, but I haven't been as hardcore lately. I'm like, it'll probably never happen. But because you brought up Amell, as much as I love Stephen Amell, if everyone knows who he is, I want Charlie Hunnam to play Green Arrow.
You want a funnier
It needs
Green
to
Arrow?
happen. I don't know if you know Charlie Hunnam that well. What is Charlie Hunnam? The Gentleman. He was in The Gentleman.
Yeah.
He was in one of the King Arthur movies with Jude Law. But Charlie Hunnam is just that's Oliver Queen to me. Oh my god, I want to see it.
Give him his proper Black Canary, too.
Yep. I like Stephen Amell, but again, the problem with them, there's a difference in quality sometimes with a TV actor and a movie actor.
It's not to say he can't act.
No, he can, but there's always been a difference to me. It's like, But yeah, that's another little tidbit there. But yes, I think some Lucifer stuff would be cool.
That's our wish list
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, shit.
with a shit ton of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Leading into our next one, I guess.
Yep.
So look forward to the next episode based on The Mandalorian?
Yeah.
Or should I just say Star Wars as a whole?
It's going to be the culmination of hopes for Ahsoka, all 3 seasons of The Mandalorian,
I know I'm watching
maybe some Boba
Rebels.
Fett.
You're watching
I'll
Rebels.
have Rebels completely done by the time we get to it, obviously. I'm almost through season 2 already. There's only 2 more seasons
Is
after
Resistance going to be a part of it?
that. I haven't watched Resistance. So I'll have to
I
think
kind
about
of
it.
want to.
How much?
I don't know if I will or not.
We'll
Because
see.
I'm literally still in season 1.
How many seasons of Resistance are
Rebel. Resistance? I think 2.
there? Maybe. We'll see.
Oh.
And the top 10 for that will be top 10 Star Wars characters, which is pretty obvious. But that's
That
gonna
one
be a
I will
list.
do some prep work for.
I don't believe you.
No, I need to because names is not my thing.
And they're Star Wars names.
Yes.
Still don't believe you.
Hey. There are only...
You already broke my trust for this episode, so don't give me anything.
I told you how many times beforehand I wasn't.
And as I always say, if you are in the Milwaukee metro area, check out Badger Collectibles and see Juan.
Yeah.
And get pops, like the pop that's sitting on the table right now, and I wish everyone could see.
Get yourself a Kate Bishop from Hawkeye.
With a Lucky the Pizza Dog in there.
Hopefully your Lucky stands upright. All right,
But everyone
folks.
have a good night. Signing out.
Bye-bye.